Hello, 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 hello. I gotta tell you something, and everybody's talking about it, but there's a problem. There's a problem, and people are complaining that the S23 Ultra or the S23 Samsung did not get the proper update, or something happened on the update. Doesn't matter. It's not to do with me because I don't know how to show you where it is, but I got this, and it's got to do with Samsung. If you're listening to me, Samsung has got a few apps that can fix things and all that. I forget the name now. But anyway, let's just go to what I got because there's another two more apps. I can't. One's to do with tools, the other one's going to do with the update. It redoes the update. But it's not Samsung apps anyway. Anyway, let's get to do this because I haven't got all day. Oh, now what happened? What happened, amigo? Oh, this one. Here. See, you gotta get this one. Samsung Core Service. It's on Samsung Store. You gotta install it. And it does all this description here. Oh, yeah, I already got it. So it does all this, you see. It does this, it does this. It does heaps of stuff. Can you... No, you can't. It does all this. It looks after your phone, man. It looks after your phone, right? In many ways, say you gotta plump in. It's not ring. It's not doing the in the ringing out. It's not ringing. Whatever, and it's doing it for you. It found out that without you knowing, it found out and it's giving you something that says, alert. This is going wrong, and you will say, how do I fix it? How do I fix it? It will not tell you how to fix it, but it's really telling you that it's broken or that app is doing that, but it doesn't tell you how to fix it. But it does tell you the alert where you can go search or do something about to fix it. You understand? And look, it's not very popular. I'm not saying it's popular. Anyway, get that. Now, on YouTube, they got the same thing. You see, the one that I go for Samsung. Oh, the man's not there, Hector. What's it? Hit you? The man's not the actor. The bloke that I go is called Saki Tech. Saki Tech. How do you spell Saki Tech? Saki Tech. Can you spell that? Sakitech. Saki Tech. Go there, and he talks about this, and he knows very well that there's been some issues. All right. Um. Um. I got my own channel too. I got my channel. My channel is called Intermix Hector. Intermix. INTER mix. Intermix Hector. That's what you're gonna write. But I'm not clever. Don't worry about. Don't worry. You just flip. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're right. I'm not saying this, and I'm not complain. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain. All right. It's just people. Hello. I got this website. It's called what the hell? Oh, anyway, I've got a video on the home on my channel that it says easy firmware update tool for said the Mac control Android. Huh? How do they do that? Wait a minute. I'm copying that. What? What, you put it on your laptop? I can see a laptop, right? And then the laptop puts it into your phone. Oh, look, he fucked his phone up, this bloke. Oh, look. My God. All who you, I'm not going to say anything, but should I say? Should I say? Um, I don't know where the website is because I do not have it. I am stupid. But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It says you can put any firmware to any phone that is Android, and you can fuck your phone right up, and then you can cry after that. Don't do it, please. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just that it might shut down. It might be doing naughty things or whatever, and you got an S23 or a Samsung this or Samsung. It's only affecting Samsung, I think, this time. But anyway, bro. It's just ridiculate. Ridiculate uma papate. Okay. Oh, there's a website, but I don't really know. What deal? Huh? It says that on my video, it says Phone Lab. Get certificate and start earning money on a smartphone tech. The smartphone tech program is professional training and effective ways to customize your software and anyway mobile phone studies and certificate after passing each section of course. Huh? On the side got cables and shit. The smartphone queue. The smartphone lab PHONL lab. You know, Samsung firmware, Motorola, Pixel, Apple. Huh? What am I looking at? Oh my god! Firmware for buyer, business, exam, website, multi-tools. You can get Windows 14. I mean, Android 14. Oh, you gotta pay monthly or some crap. Oh my god! What is this? Okay. There's a sexy lady on it. Jen P and Josh W. Phone Lab. Is that where I got it on my thing? Okay, it's probably saying all this anyway, but I wouldn't trust it. Next minute you're saying, "Oh, I've got to move to iPhone now because my phone's fucked. My phone's really fucked now, bro." It's like Facebook and others were down the other day, and people couldn't go into it. Fucking hell, Hector. Calm down, bro. Okay, we're gonna do it. Move down, please. Move down. Phone lab. Phone lab tech. You're watching this. My eyes are fucked, man. Is this the one? The first one? Okay, it's that one. Bro. Start training. You gotta do a training or something? Oh, wow. If you do the training thing or something. Wow. Wow. News. Wow.
Introduciendo PhoneLab Chat. Wow. Unleash the power of AI chatbots.
Wow. Oh, don't go back here. Whoa! Don't do that. You'll fuck it up, man. Calm down, bro. Up. Text. Here. It has to be in English. This one. English, this one. Apply.
Introducing the PhoneLab ChatGPT mini course. Unleash the power of AI chatbots. PhoneLab. Hello, tech enthusiasts. We're excited to kickstart a new era of learning and exploration with the launch of our latest offering, the PhoneLab ChatGPT mini course. Today, we're breaking boundaries and diving deep into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence AI and chatbots. As technology continues to evolve, so do the opportunities to harness its potential. We believe that AI-driven chatbots are the future, and this mini course is your passport to unlock their limitless possibilities. What's inside the ChatGPT mini course? Understand the AI landscape, dive into the AI universe, exploring its history, evolution, and the role of chatbots in today's digital age. Master ChatGPT, gain a solid foundation in using ChatGPT to build AI-powered chatbots. Whether you're a beginner or an enthusiast, our course caters to all skill levels. Practical application, learn how to implement chatbots across various industries, from customer support and e-commerce to healthcare and education. Community and support, join our vibrant community of learners, where you can collaborate, seek guidance, and share your insights. Why choose the PhoneLab ChatGPT mini course? Accessible learning. Our mini course is designed to accommodate your busy schedule, allowing you to learn at your own pace. Practical skills, gain practical skills that are in high demand across a variety of sectors. Certification, upon completion, receive a certification that showcases your expertise in ChatGPT and AI chatbots. Get started today. Enroll now or visit our website to learn more about the course. Have questions? If you have any questions or need further information, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@phonelabteach.com. We're here to assist you every step of the way. Thank you for choosing PhoneLab as your learning partner. Let's explore the limitless world of AI
Whoa.
chatbots together. Stay tuned for more updates and happy learning. Root Junkie. Aber Chatbot course on training. Post navigation.
Whoa. It's gone to the end. Anyway. Um, um, there's many courses you can do. Microsoft, the company Microsoft, yeah, like Microsoft Store and all that. They also got courses where you can go and learn things. It's up to you to prepare yourself. Not like me. No, I know nothing, nothing. But it's all right with me. I'm like learning, but not really. But anyway, I will suggest if there was a forum or something where you can look for what your needs or what you are or something. I feel really sad that some people don't get the latest or whatever. It's really sad, bro. Some people like myself do not have the brains or capacity to undo or what is being done. My computer broke 3 times this year, and I didn't know things. I could have not gone to the repair shop, but I had to go to the repair shop because I couldn't fix the problem. But this one YouTuber, if I follow his ways, I could have done something, but I had to go and repair it. $500 here, $600 there, another 1,000 there. They upgraded my computer, but I don't know what is going on. I do not know nothing. It's like it's got writing on the bottom. It says H2 something. I don't know what the fuck is some Windows shit, man. So really, to some of us in the community of technology have more brains than I do. All right, so be prepared. Be prepared for what is not been written down. Be prepared for updates that you haven't seen yet. So if you got a phone, don't go and do something stupid or anything that's stupid or whatever stupid. Okay, if you want an AI assistant, okay, well, there's a store, right? Look. Play Store here. AI. Okay, we wrote down all these stupid things. What did we write down? AI data, AI system, data AI system. Okay, we wrote all that. I don't know why I write that, but look, you can just check one after the other. Um, I saw one on okay, look, the heaps of AI, right? I'm not lying. Like Microsoft, it can help you to find the news for yourself. You can talk to it, and you can find the news. Okay, like like I am not very well sometimes. I'm not very good listening and reply. Myself concluded, not very good. I don't get what I want sometimes. I don't have things that I need, but it's all right. You can get all this. Telegram, here you can go into groups and all, assistant. Um, anyway, you can get all this chat AI, smart assistant. Anyway, there was one that I can't remember, and heaps of AI assistant like CC. CC, what is CC? Here she is. This one, I haven't installed it yet, but I don't really need it because I'm always just mucking around. Just, you know, CC is like Google Assistant, and it's a little bit better apparently. And it really talks to you. You just talk to you say something. Oh, can you find out the latest update for my phone, or why my up, and then whatever. It's really silly. Okay, you can do heaps of things. This one is good. Apparently, it's one to go for, and you can chat to it or like normal. You know what I mean. You can chat to it, and then there's others. I suppose there's others, but like AI chat robot, AI assistant. Look at this one. Like it's award winning one. It's an award winning. All right. I don't really know why, and if you do have to pay or something, it really. I don't really know. I don't really know. But there is chat AI chat bot AI assistant. So we can probably um, like this, and then go up to here or something. I don't know. And then copy that or something, and then get out of it. Get out over here. You have to go over here. Okay, Font Lab. Somehow Font Lab is got their mechanism. I don't know what you have to do, but it's got all the mechanism. You can probably send them a message or something. They're on YouTube. They're on YouTube. So, and it'll help you. It'll help you. Like they're on YouTube, right? They'll help you. They'll fix your phone. It's on YouTube, right? I don't know if it's the latest. I have how to stop Chrome browser notification or your phone. You know, how to change Android system boot. You know what I mean? They know. They know. People are silly. Like they're talking about AI, right? AI can go in the market. AI can do this. AI can do that. No, that's a lie. AI is not fixing the future. AI is a lie, man. AI is a bunch of fucking yahoos, man. AI is no good, bro. AI is shit, man. AI is completely wrong. AI doesn't change anything. You have to touch it. You have to apply it. You have to do it. You have to press buttons. You have to tell it. You have to mechanism and data system and everything. You have to do it for it. Like a gun. A gun doesn't fucking shoot the bullet if you don't press the trigger. You understand? So what the fuck is wrong? Oh, my business got AI. Okay, you must have AI, and if you don't go into it or touch it or fix it or make it do something or whatever, it won't fucking move, man. It won't do shit. It will just be going, "Hey, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here." You wouldn't fucking know, man. Like Zuckerberg and all the others getting ideas that they got AI. Oh, they might have built an AI thing, if it's there and you don't touch it. Like I got it on my computer, it says Pilot. What's the name of it? It says Pilot in Windows Preview. What the fuck's wrong with that, man? It's ridiculous. Anyway, I did it wrong. Oh. Paste, amigo. Oh, now. The puta la wea. Fucking hell, bro. Paste. Okay, amigo. It's not that. Have to go back here. Do it again. Trust me. Why do I want that? I don't know why I want that, but that's what we needed. We needed that. We needed that. People are looking for something. Paste. So we wrote all that. AI chatbot, AI assistant, alternative free, AI text to video. So you just write whatever you want. I want the monkey to fly out of space and have technology advance. The monkey. I don't know how, but you can do that. It's I don't know. I don't feel very well that that we have to have AI, but my phone's got AI now. You know what I mean? The best production to 2020. I don't know. I've done this heaps of times, but Chat GPT alternative that free open source. Oh yeah, free open source. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Huh? I like that. It says like free open source. You know what I mean? Like tomato sauce, bro. Tomato sauce, bro. No, it's not tomato sauce. Ah, come on, get out of it, please. What are you doing, brother? Oh, puta puta la wea, weón. Aquí, here. Okay, now paste. Paste, Hector. Then here.
"13 Best Open Source ChatGPT Alternatives." ChatGPT is a powerful generative AI tool developed by OpenAI. You enter text prompts in a conversational way, and it gives you a detailed response. Sure, it is not perfect. But sometimes it is incredibly helpful. No matter what you do with it, unfortunately, it is not an open source solution. As a proprietary option, it isn't beneficial in every way. So, what are some open source ChatGPT alternatives? Here, let me highlight the best ChatGPT alternatives that are open source in nature. Clipboard. Not all ChatGPT alternatives function the same way. Some solutions are purely meant for developers to create their own chatbot on top of it. And a few others offer a chatbot or demo for you to test. Reasons to look for open source ChatGPT alternatives. Relying on any single service is bad for the consumers. The same goes for ChatGPT. In addition to that, here's why we should look for open ChatGPT alternatives. Get transparency on how our data is being handled. You can choose to build your own solution, saving money in the process. Customize the ChatGPT alternative as per your requirements. You are not locked onto the policies of a single company. The open source solution can be flexible as per your needs. Contributions to the open source project will make an impact on everyone across the globe. I do not intend to say that ChatGPT is bad, or you should stop using it. However, we as the users should benefit more from the open alternatives in the long run. Now, let us move on to the best open source ChatGPT alternatives. Crossmark. Not all demos allow commercial use. You need to be careful when using the content from the chatbot demos for some options. 1. OpenChatKit. OpenChatKit is a full-fledged ChatGPT alternative developed by Together. The company initially collaborated with research organizations like LIN responsible for Stable Diffusion to create a training dataset. When writing this, it uses their Pajama model, one of the largest open source AI models. You can try if it fits your use cases and explore its GitHub page for technical details. 2. ChatterWKV. ChatterWKV is an open source alternative powered by an RNN recurrent neural network language model. You can find a demo of it on Hugging Face. The GitHub page mentions all about its repository, technical details, and the latest version preview. Developers and businesses can build their chatbots utilizing ChatterWKV. 3. Colossal Chat. Colossal AI is an open source initiative to help you clone AI models and build ChatGPT-like platforms for your requirements. Colossal Chat is the chatbot leveraging the project. Unfortunately, the demo is not functional when writing this. You can explore its source code on GitHub. 4. Koboldai. A ChatGPT-like AI for assisted writing in the form of a browser-based front end. While it supports a chatbot mode, it is primarily designed as an AI assistant for writing geared towards novels. There are various models available, and you can run it on Google Colab easily. It supports different modes to optimize your writing and play with it. You can explore all about it on its GitHub page. 5. GPT4All. GPT4All is an interesting open source project that aims to provide you with chatbots that you can run anywhere. Yes, you can run it locally on your CPU and supports almost every other GPU. All you need to do is install its desktop application, the chat client, and get started. Want to learn how it's made? Check out its GitHub page. 6. Hugging Chat. Sounds familiar? Well, Hugging Face's platform is used by other AI models and chatbots to showcase a demo. And Hugging Chat is its take on a ChatGPT alternative, which is open source. It makes use of the community's best AI models to make the chatbot work. You can take it for a spin and explore source code for more details. One can choose to use the chat application with a different backend to meet specific requirements. 7. Koala. Koala by Some is a chatbot that you can try running locally. It is built on top of Llama dataset. You can refer to its official blog post to explore the intriguing details. The demo is not available at the moment. However, you can follow its documentation to try running it locally and test it out. 8. Vicuna. Vicuna is yet another open source chatbot trained on top of Llama. As per the developers, when evaluated using GPT-4 as a judge, it concluded that it comes close to the quality of ChatGPT. An interesting claim that you might want to test against. You can select the language model Vicuna and try it on Chatbot Arena. Explore more about it on its official blog post. 9. Alpaca LoRa. Alpaca LoRa aims to provide an instruct model using low-rank adaptation, letting you run it on a Raspberry Pi. The entire model can be trained using a single RTX 4090 GPU in a few hours. At the time, the demo was not working. You can explore all about it on its GitHub page. 10. DALL-E. DALL-E is another language model trained in the Databricks machine learning platform licensed for commercial use. You can take a look at the source code on GitHub and explore the model on Hugging Face. 11. H2O GPT. H2O Jeep is tailored for queries to help you summarize your documents. To achieve that, it lets you upload and view documents through its user interface, which is private to you. You can also initiate a conversation like ChatJeep. There are easy installers available for Windows and macOS. A little more effort needed using Docker to set it up on a Linux machine. You can try Theliv Demoof the chatbot to get an idea and explore the source code on its GitHub page. 12. Cerebras Jeep. Cerebras Jeep offers open source GPT-like models trained using a massive number of parameters. It does not offer a chatbot. They only aim to provide open source models that you can use for better accuracy and compute efficiency. You can get the model details on Hugging Face. 13. Open Assistant. Open Assistant was a project to give everyone access to a chatbot like ChatJeep. For a while, they collected data from users using a demo. Now, the demo is no longer functional as the project was marked complete by the creator. You can utilize the project's progress and source to build on it. Suggested read open book. Wrapping up. ChatGPT's open source alternatives offer various benefits to users and developers. You can choose to use an open source chatbot or an open source language model to build one for your business. No matter what you pick, you are free to modify and use it as per your requirements, keeping the policies in mind for available language models. What is your favorite open source ChatJeep alternative? Did we miss listing any of your favorite open ChatJeep projects? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.
I'm not very clever, but you can have all these. Chat Assistant, they 7. Open Assistant. There's another guy there. What's he doing?
Hello there. Today I want to give you a bit of an update on what's going on with Open Assistant.
Open Assistant. Janik Kilcher. But to me, Janik Kilcher. Anyway.
Hello there. Today I want to...
Alright, bro. Alright. I don't know where I am. What are all these? These are the comments, are they? Oh, wow. What are... Whoa. It's got comments to it. Two days ago, Ferona 40. What's the name of this channel? It's both Linux Portal. Okay, whatever. But it's false. What's the way you press it? 13 best open source chat GPT alternative. Linux. You want? I don't use Linux, but because my computer. But anyway, go out. What is the best free open source alternative? ChatGPT. All I'm saying is you can talk to it, because some people do not know about technology or something, or they wanted to find out something, but it's not, you know what I mean? I don't know.
GitHub nickdax/awesome totally open ChatJeep, a list of totally open alternatives to ChatJeep. Awesome totally open ChatJeep. ChatJeep is Jeep 3.5 fine-tuned with RLHF reinforcement, learning with human feedback, for human instruction and chat. Alternatives are projects featuring different instruct fine-tuned language models for chat. Projects are Rainet counted if they are alternative front-end projects, which simply call open as APIs. Using language models which are not fine-tuned for human instruction or chat. Tags. Bure, only source code, no data, no models wait, no chat system. Standard, yes data, yes models wait, Bure chat via API. Full yes data, yes models wait, fancy chat system including TWI and GUI. Complicated, semi-open source, not really open source, based on closed model, etc. Other relevant lists. Yardongsi/awesome instruction dataset, a collection of open source dataset to train instruction following LLMs ChatGPT, Llama, Alpaca. The template. The list. Lucidrain/Palmar LHF PyTorch. Together Computer/OpenShitKit. Ubabuga/text generation Wabui. Koboldi/Koboldi client. Leoni/Open Assistant. Tatsu Lab/Stanford Alpaca. Other Llama derived projects. Blinkdal/Chatter WKV. Thadem/ChatGLM6B. Bixians Workshop/XMTF. Carperi/TRLX. Databricks/Dolly. Liangiotic/Bell. Ethaniangeli/MinChatGPT. Cerebras/CerebrasGPT. Tavern/Tavern. Kohi 1207/Silitaven. H2I per hour to OGPT. MLCI/WebLLM. StabilityI/StableM.
All right. You're going on some crap that I don't even know what you're saying, man. I don't even know, bro. Fuck this shit, bro. Together computer chat kit. Open chat kit. Okay, and how do you do? Text generation. Okay, let's just go say that one that you suppress this button. Like that. Okay, and copy out. And I have to open up. I'm supposed to go to, I think I'll do the lab. No mode, actor. Okay. I'll wait up. I got an idea. Alternative. Paste. Alternative. Like I'm not really clever at these things, but you know we can work around it. We can work around it if we're smart. You know what I mean. Open chat every day. Need to know about ChatGPT alternative.
Hey, what's up, coders? Welcome to One Little Coder. Today we have the world's first ChatGPT.
Okay. Whatever. What is this guy? One little code. Okay. It's doing something. One little code. Well, okay.
OpenShitKit alternatives and similar sites and apps alternative to OpenShitKit alternatives. Android. iPhone. Free. Open source. 26 apps. ChatGPT is a powerful language model developed by OpenAI that is specifically designed for generating human-like text in response to user input. It is built on the GPT-3 architecture, which allows it to generate high-quality text in a variety of styles and formats. ChatGPT is the most popular web-based, Android, iPhone and iPad alternative to OpenShitKit. ChatGPT is the most popular free alternative to OpenShitKit. Is ChatGPT a good alternative to OpenShitKit? Yes. No. ChatGPT features ad-free, dark mode, no coding required, text-to-image generation, distraction-free, no registration required. Hugging Face is now using these servers for its first potentially massive project, Hugging Chat is intended to be the first true open source alternative to OpenSCATjeet. Hugging Chat is the most popular open source alternative to OpenShitkit. Is Hugging Chat a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. Hugging Chat features ad-free, privacy-focused, no coding required, dark mode, marketing automation, no registration required, lightweight. Gemini gives you direct access to Google AI. Get help with writing, planning, learning, and more. Is Google Gemini a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. Google Gemini features ad-free, spell checking, text-to-speech, text-to-image generation, no coding required, lightweight, cloud sync, live preview. Poe lets you ask questions, get instant answers, and have back-and-forth conversations with AA. Includes Claude from Anthropic and a variety of other bots.
Wait a minute, what's the name of this one? Poe? Okay. Apparently Poe can talk to you like a fucking prostitute, is it? Dickhead Hector.
Bots. Poe is the most popular Windows, Mac and Android tablet alternative to OpenShitkit. Is Poe a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. Poe features ad-free, no coding required, lightweight, dark mode, text-to-image generation, marketing automation, syntax highlighting, cloud sync. As part of Meta's commitment to open science, today we are publicly releasing Llama Large Language Model Meta AI, a state-of-the-art foundational large language model designed to help researchers advance their work in this subfield of AI. Llama 3 is the most popular Linux alternative to OpenShitkit. Is Llama 3 a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. VoiceAct voice-enabled Genius, Personal Teammate, the ultimate voice-based AI, chatbot, and Jeet3/4 powered assistant speech balloon. Is VoiceAct a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. Panda AI is ChatGPT-based AI assistant. The app is your doctor, translator, wiki, etc. You could ask whatever question to him of whatever fields. Is Panda AI a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. Introducing Ultimate Jeet Toolkit, your comprehensive suite of AI-powered tools designed to transform the way you create content. Leveraging cutting-edge Jeet4 technology. With over 100 plus AI tools, you can effortlessly generate blog articles, persuasive copywriting, visually. Is Ultimate Jeet Toolkit a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. Ultimate Jeet Toolkit features: create your own custom chat assists to boost your productivity with ChatJeet. GPT-Mana Jeet Chat Assistant is the most popular commercial alternative to OpenShitkit. Is GPT-Mana Jeet Chat Assistant a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. GPT-Mana Jeet Chat Assistant features: Genie is a revolutionary AI chatbot powered by ChatJeet and Jeet4, Jeet3. From writing stories, essays, and tweets to answering any question you have, Genie can do it all. Is Genie AI chatbot a good alternative to OpenShitkit? Yes. No. Genie AI chatbot features: meet our groundbreaking chat-on, powered by the advanced and innovative ChatJeet and Jeet4 technologies. The AI chatbot can maintain a new level of human-like interaction if you are struggling with a research paper, creating a speech for a business meeting, or seeking a catchy "Is Chat-on AI chatbot a good alternative to OpenShitkit?" Yes. No. Chat-on AI chatbot features: Halist is a ChatJeet AI that augments your browsing. Get the AI to give you answers, respond to emails, create summaries, and more. Is Halist AI a good alternative to OpenChatKit? Yes. No. 12 of 26 OpenChatKit alternatives.
Wow. Wow. I'm silly. Wow, wow, calm down, Hector, calm down. Oh man, I'm gonna be here forever. When I'm meant to do the
Bitwarden launches standalone open source authenticator app for two-factor authentication alternative to May 2nd, 2024 at 5:36 a.m. Bitwarden launches standalone open source authenticator app for two-factor authentication. Bitwarden has introduced a standalone Bitwarden Authenticator open source app for iOS and Android to improve security with time-based one-time passwords (TOTP) for two-factor authentication 2FA. The authenticator is available to all users for free, not just those using Bitwarden. The app uses widely accepted standards, such as TOTP to safeguard against security threats like phishing attacks, code interceptions, and SIM card theft. The company's future plans involve providing enterprises with more controlled options for managing workforce authentication. The proposed methods will align with custom enterprise policies and integrate seamlessly with existing IT infrastructure, including legacy applications. Bitwarden also aims to enhance phishing resistance and implement comprehensive policies to bolster passkeys and counter potential threats. Users can choose between the integrated authentication in Bitwarden Password Manager or the standalone Bitwarden Authenticator, based on their security needs. And those with a Bitwarden account can use the Bitwarden Authenticator to add two-FA to their Bitwarden account. Interested users can download the app right away, with repositories available on GitHub for both Android and iOS. May 2nd, 2024 by Mauricia B. Holden. Spotify has quietly implemented a monthly limit on the lyrics feature for free users alternative to yesterday at 8:25 a.m. Spotify has quietly implemented a monthly limit on the lyrics feature for free users. Spotify has recently introduced a paywall for viewing song lyrics, meaning users now need a premium subscription to access this feature. The change was noticed by Reddit users before being confirmed by Spotify, but the company has yet to announce which markets are affected. Spotify has been testing this feature by restricting lyrics access for non-paying users in certain markets since September 2023. But now the limitation appears to be more widespread. It seems that the company has implemented a monthly limit for lyrics access for free users, with each view counting towards this limit, and when users exceed this limit, they are prompted to upgrade their account when they attempt to view song lyrics. In an attempt by the company to encourage more users to subscribe to Spotify's paid tier. The success of this strategy in encouraging more premium subscriptions is yet to be seen. However, a negative response from the public is to be expected, especially considering that there are always other third-party and well-integrated alternative services, like Musicmatch, that provide this same service in a more accessible manner. Yesterday by Mauricia B. Holden.
what was that? That's something about Spotify. I might have to join Spotify because I do things like Bobcast and I don't know. He says to join Roku.
Roku is planning to start showing video ads on its home screen to boost revenues alternative to April 30th, 2024 at 10:40 p.m. Roku is planning to start showing video ads on its home screen to boost revenues. Roku CEO, Anthony Wood, has unveiled a strategy to boost the company's revenues in 2024 during its recent quarterly earnings conference call. This comes following news that 81,600,000 households used a Roku device or smart TV for streaming in Q1. The core focus of this strategy is advertising, with Roku planning to enhance the ad experience for its users. The company has already begun to display more static ads on the screen, and is now exploring the incorporation of video ads into the homepage. This move echoes Amazon's decision in December 2023 to introduce autoplay video ads on the home screen of iOS. Wood also revealed during the conference that Roku is experimenting with other types of video ad units and exploring additional methods to introduce advertising to the Roku OS home screen. In terms of user experience, Roku has introduced a recommended content row. This feature collates picks from various streaming services and uses AI to suggest new shows and movies to its users, tailored to their preferences. As a platform that doesn't charge for subscriptions or content on Roku channel, Roku's primary source of revenue is advertising. This underscores the company's ongoing efforts to innovate and expand its ad delivery methods. April 30th, 2024 by Paul.
Has to be a way around it to stop the ads anyway.
The latest Windows security update breaks VPN's connection, with no proper fix so far. Alternative though. Yesterday at 9:08 a.m. The latest Windows security update breaks VPN's connection, with no proper fix so far. Microsoft has announced that the April 2024 security updates for Windows have caused VPN connection failures on both client and server platforms. The issue affects various Windows versions, including Windows 11, Windows 10, and Windows Server 2008 and onwards. The VPN issues occur after installing either the April 2024 security update or the non-security preview update. For client systems, the problematic updates are Windows 11 versions 22H2/23H2 KB 5,036,893, Windows 11 21H2 KB 5,036,894, and Windows 10 KB 5,036,892. For server systems, the issues are with Windows Server 2022 KB 5,036,909, and several versions of Windows Server from 2019 to 2008. Microsoft is investigating the VPN failures and will release more.
All right. I hear PlayStation, Xbox, everything. They're doing things, right? And it's giving out ads and it's giving out naughty things. They're not fixing Intel chips that were made years ago. They're not fixing them up. They're not doing things that not supposed to because they couldn't be bothered, all right? Couldn't be bothered. They're too busy, around the world, right? They're saying, oh, we got people working, characters here, there, and everywhere, people working in different part of the apartment or different computer doing different things. They're checking up, see who is who, what is what, where we at, how it copyright, how this, how that. But they're not really doing the things that others might want to say, oh, you got a brilliant idea. I know how to do that. Oh, yeah, right. You know how to do that. Right. You might know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. But who knows? You might get different apps and you get paid from these silly apps or whatever. You might want to watch the English Premier League or something, and you might not have. I'll try to get the Chilean TV or something, Latino TV or something. I don't know, man. It's really disgusting that they just put shit on you or put shit on your computer. Update here, update there. And then it says this thing hasn't downloaded properly, and it's got a little writing on the bottom of your computer, like H2, whatever it was on the Windows, and it doesn't really help or anything like that. You know what I mean?
More information soon. Home users experiencing these issues should use the Windows Get Help app, while business customers should refer to the Support for Business portal. There is no official workaround for the VPN problem on affected systems until Microsoft provides a fix. So far, the company has recommended affected users to uninstall the problematic security updates using the dism/remove package command line option. However, removing these updates also removes the fixes for patch security vulnerabilities included in the updates. Yesterday by Mauricia B. Holden. IMIC joins Futo to enhance development of open source photo and video backup solution alternative to. Today at 9:05 p.m. IMIC joins Futo to enhance development of open source photo and video backup solution. Alex Tran, the maintainer of IMIC, a self-hosted photo and video backup solution for the web, iOS and Android, has announced that the IMIC core team is joining Futo. Known for its software and mobile apps like Greyja and Futo Voice, Futo's acquisition of IMIC is aimed at diversifying its portfolio and support the development of the IMIC software. In his statement, Tran explains that building quality open source has its challenges, noting the dedication, time, and effort required over the past 2 years. The move to Futo will enable the IMIC team to work full-time on the project, while maintaining full autonomy over its direction and leadership. Addressing potential concerns, Tran assured that IMIC will continue its development direction without paywall features. The software will remain built for the people, with no ads, data mining and selling, or ulterior motives. The decision to join Futo came after careful deliberation by the IMIC team, who felt that Futo's vision closely aligns with their own. This move will provide the IMIC team with more time for the project, as well as financial, technical, legal, and administrative support. However, the future will reveal whether the project and team can uphold their values and promises under the new arrangement. Today by Paul.
IMIC. IMIC joins Futo. What is that, a video editor? Sounds like it.
Bumble's new opening move feature offers pre-written conversation starters alternative to. Today at 7:15 a.m. Bumble's new opening move feature offers pre-written conversation starters. Bumble recently introduced a new feature in its app redesign called Opening Move, which simplifies the initiation of conversations. Women can now choose from a list of pre-written prompts, or create their own, which are sent to all their matches. Let's remember that one of the distinguishing features that sets Bumble apart from competitors like Tinder, Happen Orange is the ability to empower women to take the lead after matching. Until now, the prompts include questions such as who's your dream dinner party guest? And what do you like about my profile? Women can decide to continue the conversation or let it expire after 24 hours of inactivity. Bumble also caters to same-gender and non-binary matches, giving either user the option to initiate or respond to an opening move. Bumble has also enhanced its dating intention badges, allowing users to display up to 2 badges that indicate their relationship preferences. The app has improved profile visibility by showing common interests and favorite musicians. Users are required to upload at least 4 photos during account creation, and profiles with fewer than 4 images will not appear in Bumble's algorithm-based recommendations. Today by Mauricia B. Holden.
Bumble, dating app.
LastPass officially splits from Goto, strengthens security measures as independent entity alternative to. Today at 7:04 a.m. LastPass officially splits from Goto, strengthens security measures as independent entity. LastPass has officially split from its previous parent company, Goto, and is now functioning as an independent entity. This separation, initially announced in December 2021, represents a significant change for the company. The move follows a string of high-profile attacks on LastPass, prompting the introduction of stricter security measures. CEO Kareem Tuba continues to lead the company, emphasizing the company's commitment to enhancing security, quality, and performance across the platform. LastPass has reassured stakeholders of its robust financial status, suggesting future investments in technology and research. The company is now owned by private equity sponsors Francisco, partner Sandliot Management. LastPass continues to maintain its Boston presence, but now operates from its own property, symbolizing its independence from its former parent company. Today by Mauricia B. Holden.
What the hell? Did it shut down?
Popular subtitles platform Subscene announces sudden shutdown, leaving users in shock. Alternative today at 1:50 a.m. Popular subtitles platform Subscene announces sudden shutdown, leaving users in shock. In a surprising turn of events, an administrator of Subscene, a popular source of subtitles for movies and TV shows, has announced the site's impending closure. The announcement was made by the user That Thing in a forum post titled Subscene is closing, so sorry. The post, which was made without any prior warning, states the following. Hi everyone, I'm sorry to report that the site will be closing within the next 24 hours. A takeover plan was not possible. Thank you everyone for participating in this open community. Take care. Subscene's sudden closure has left its users in shock. The platform is widely known as a reliable source for fan-made subtitles for TV shows and movies. Prior to the announcement, there were no indications of an impending shutdown. The announcement has triggered a flurry of responses from the site's users. Many are expressing their anger and concern over the loss of subtitles they have contributed over the years. Requests for an easy method to download all their data and subtitles before the site's closure are also prevalent. Some users have even suggested taking over the website or setting up a profile on a donation platform like Patreon to fund the site. However, despite the many responses, That Thing has yet to provide further clarification or respond to any queries since the initial announcement. While
Alright. There's heaps of forum. You can go to it. The drive, design drive, announced major security breach. Virtual Studio, security with dad. Unit 6 preview has been launched without beta rendering AI tools and multiple features. Microsoft product passkey support for all consumer on Windows and Android. And you can get the key. Okay, cool. Mozilla Russia launch with on official program. Apple report testing AI power intelligent search web arrays for upcoming Safari 18. Okay, one day we were gonna do this one, wasn't it? Samsung core servers, deep news, Samsung core server. Okay, we're gonna do that. Upa.
News and tips, Samsung Australia. Sorry, there is insufficient stock for your cart. Remove a product. Without this product, applied coupon or promotion, Code cannot be redeemed. Are you sure to remove this product? Privacy policy. Tick this box to proceed to Samsung.com. By ticking this box, I accept Samsung service updates, including Samsung.com services and marketing information.
Ah, you silly. What are you talking about, you silly galoot? What don't you wakey, mate? wakey, Hector.
Galaxy S24 series. Discover all the new and exciting features. Samsung Australia. The Galaxy S24 series is here, and with it comes the launch of Galaxy IA, which is set to take your mobile experience to the next level. Samsung's latest Galaxy S24 series launch is packed with exciting new features that are sure to get you excited. The series, which includes the Galaxy S24, S24 Plus and S24 Ultra, is all about new innovations that are set to enrich your daily life.
Right. That's silly. You should give us something new. This is new. Hector is getting upset.
Latest Galaxy accessories drop. Out of office collection Samsung Australia. What are you looking for? Latest Galaxy accessories drop. Out of office collection. It's time to clock out from work and set the O vibes with your Galaxy devices. Wondering how you can do that? With the out of office collection, of course. Because, how else are you going to tell your bosses and co-workers that work can wait while you take a well-deserved break? The latest out-of-office accessories collection drop is a cheeky hint to tell those around you, you're officially off the grid, and guess what? The collection also features an exclusively designed phone case that is just for you, our Samsung members. And the best part is, you stand a chance to win some of these accessories, or even redeem it. Redemption opportunities. Redeem your free limited edition Galaxy S24 series phone case. Whether you are a seasoned veteran of our community, thank you, or a new Samsung members, welcome. We want to reward you. Redemption opportunity number 1. Galaxy S24 series phone case redemption for existing members. Share with us your best Galaxy AI tip for your out-of-office days, and you may redeem a free members exclusive Galaxy S24 Ultra phone case and enjoy a bonus gift of either a key ring or sticker sheet. How can I redeem the case? Step 1. Plan your answer for this prompt with Galaxy AI. I can underbar on my out of office days. Step 2. Share your Galaxy AI tip on members community. Don't forget to include the following hashtags, #SamsungAnHoliday and number Samsung membersu. Step 3. Answers will be revealed after campaign end date, where you will receive your free Galaxy S24 series limited edition phone case. This limited time perk starts from the 13th of May and ends the 26th of May, and is applicable to the first 29 redemptions, while stocks last.
Alright, get out of Hector. This silly. It's been bloody silly. We better go find whatever Samsung review. What's that? Is that some tricky? What's this shit? Meet up. You press that button and it goes. Anyway, well, whatever it is, we're going for it.
General questions and answers. Extra forums.
Whoa,
Extra Developers was founded by developers for developers. It is now a valuable resource for people who want to make the most of their mobile devices. From customizing the look and feel to adding new
Wow, what's the name of this
functionality.
one?
Crafted by Audentia.
What's the name of this one? You gotta log. Come here, bro. Come here, bro. Isn't they said there was one close. This one doesn't. All right, heck that. I just got excited. I just got excited. This is a good one. I like it. I like it. I like it, bro. I like it, man. It's good, man. It's good.
Is my life really worth it? Extra forums.
Forum, yeah.
Number 2. No, it's okay. I think it's just a phase when a theme, you know. I just thought people would ignore it. It's okay. I'll get over it. Deleted member 9,635,294. Guest. Number 3. My life is sad. I have been working on rooting my phone for over 3 years. I just need help. You what phone need root? Number 4. I wanna root some Chinese bootleg, weird Spectrum looking phone. It's be difficult because of something called of B. I just can't get past it. I did as much research as possible. I just can't. It's way too difficult to bypass. Deleted member 9,635,294. Guest. Number 5. Flash Magis patched boot.img, and you will kill 2 birds with a stone. Deleted member 9,635,294. Guest. Number 7. Yay, thanks for trying to help. I already tried this method around 3 times. Sadly it never worked. But thanks for helping, you just made my day. Deleted member 9,635,294. Guest. Number 8. Can you get vbmeta.img, or something like that? I expect this is the core problem. Deleted member 9,600.
Okay. It's not really a new thing, but you can come here, say your bit, and people can help you. You know what I mean? Like, what would Android TV? Look, it's got all this stuff, man. I can't see shit. There's something that you need or something. Android TV, what's that?
Android TV Extra forums. For discussion relating to small Android sticks, microcomputers, such as the Quatsha 808, UG 802, Raspberry Pi and Android TV.
Anyway, you can get your phone. Anyway, that's QXDDA. QD, whatever heck that. What are you on about, bro? Join the Choco 2. I think it's doing my heading. I think you go right at the end like this or something. And then when you... Best mobile control for gaming. Some noise, tick, tick, I can hear it. Merge culture IDs, IDs, what's this? Have you... You can hear something. Anyway, board, Bobcat. Same update. I don't know, man. The birch, immediately the birch. The Android. What's this? Android police.
Hey, to be fair, both Derek and I were out of the country over the last 2 recording sessions. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
maybe it was the lights, but it was super shiny.
I might like it, Shruti.
Wow.
But
Like you can see that crap half a block away. You know
exactly. Yeah, it'll blind you. But
That's my kind of gold, though. Let's be
Exactly.
Well, hey, you know what? Then maybe you'll love it.
real. No, I can't step away from my Aura ring. I'm sorry. Sorry, Samsung.
yeah, I just P.S. I just ordered a new Aura ring, and it's arriving today. But yeah, the ring was behind glass, so we couldn't touch it or anything. But it was still just interesting to see that this tangible object is real and is coming
In existence,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really have many impressions on it, just because Samsung hasn't been able to really reveal much. They were kind of just showing it off.
The angle of the picture that you guys took, it looks literally identical to, I'm currently holding my Aura ring and I'm looking at the picture that you guys took, and it looks identical to the Aura ring. It's crazy. Even there's 3 sensors at the bottom of, they
Right.
look exactly like the Aura ring sensors. It's quite comical to me, actually.
It is, because Aura I know was going on a suing spree with
Oh my
some
God.
other smart ring company.
Jesus.
So I
God.
think it was Ringcon they sued, and then Ultra Human or someone.
Good Lord.
So I wonder
Interesting.
how this is going to play out when the
Yeah.
Galaxy Ring actually
Yeah,
does come
yeah.
out.
My only takeaway, other than the shiny comment earlier, was that, you're talking about how much it looks like the Oura Ring and all that, which I think is a good thing, right? The Oura Ring's probably the
standards.
one to follow, right? The pick.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
supposedly weighs half of what the Oura Ring weighs, which I think is really
But the Oura Ring already doesn't weigh a lot. Like what?
Yeah.
What?
I know,
It's so
and-
light.
I thought that was cool to hear.
That is interesting because like you're fitting all this tech, like, and it's supposed to last. Samsung said the Galaxy Ring lasts up to 9 days, which like I don't know, just squeezing all this tech and battery into a ring is just incredible.
It is.
Yeah, and like okay, so you all know my feelings towards Aura. I mean, like I love, heart, love, eyes, love, heart. But I will say, I do think that the quality of the Oura Ring feels very cheap. Like, I have expressed that before. I have expressed how, so I have the gold one, and I've had it for over a year now, almost 2 years now, and it's tarnished pretty badly. Like, I mean, that is a fact. Like, it will tarnish because it's not like real gold or anything. So, and the fact that I feel like it feels cheap and that it's super light already, I already worry about the Galaxy Ring being of good quality, because if they're saying that it's lighter, then I wonder if it's going to be even cheaper product quality, right?
There's definitely a line with jewelry where it's like, okay, it can be light enough to not be burdensome, but it can't be so light that it feels cheap. So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I am looking forward to using it, if for no other reason than I have never used a smart ring before.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to see if something like this could change my mind, because I don't like working out with rings. And I
yeah.
feel like that's when I would want to wear this the most. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what sort of value it would bring me.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I will say I don't think the smart ring is meant for physical fitness tracking. I think it's more so for so many other things, like monitoring your health, monitoring your sleep cycle, your heart rate, that kind of stuff over fitness. Like,
yeah, and
I
it's
don't
a tighter
think.
fit on your finger, so it's supposed to be more accurate, I think, when it comes to certain metrics. But I will say, like, the Galaxy Ring is exciting that it's coming out, but again, like, you have to remember the Oura Ring Gen 3 came out 3 years ago. So
Yeah.
Aura, I feel like, is likely coming out with a new one soon.
Oh, wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
And I'm curious as to see how that's gonna compete.
I just want a company to make an implant.
Wait, implant? What?
Talk
Go
to
ask
you.
Elon.
Isn't Elon Musk already doing something like that?
Yeah, but I meant somebody who's not an
It's
implant.
not nuts. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about OnePlus Watch 2, because that also launched, and I want to segue to Nick's editorial that he wrote this morning. He titled it, "I tested the OnePlus Watch 2 and Pixel Watch 2 for a week in Spain. The results were surprising." And this one's a fun type of article. We tend to do our own testing quite often, and I specifically asked Nick to write something like this because he was getting the OnePlus Watch 2, and you also have the Pixel Watch 2 as well. So why don't you first tell us which watch outweighed the other, and then tell us your testing methods and how it went.
All right. So I wanted to do like a little inside baseball for a second. All right. So when we were coming up with this title, the original title I had ended with something like only one was worthwhile or worth it. Right. And then I started writing this thing up, and I was like, the OnePlus Watch 2 is actually way better than I initially had thought. And the reason my opinion was so strong against it is that it's terrible for health tracking. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. If you are somebody who tracks workouts, if you're tracking sleep, don't buy the watch. It's just so inaccurate. And I know, there's the whole school of thought that's wise, where you're not really supposed to trust the data that comes from this. It's more of a suggestion rather than medical advice, which is good. But there's also, it has to be at least accurate enough to give you a good picture, and I don't think this watch is. However, if you are looking for a smartwatch for basically any other reason, this is probably the Wear OS watch to get, because it lasts 4 days on a charge, which, when you're going on a trip, it's really nice to have that. It's nice to not have to dig out your charger and find all this stuff. And especially if it's a short trip, you may not ever even have to charge the thing.
Yeah, but the thing there is all the new watches are going to do that.
After this, sure. But if we're just talking right now, then, for the same price, actually, it's a little less than a Pixel watch. You're getting 4 times the battery life. I even said
I'm not suggesting not to buy one.
Right. I gotcha. But yes, this is the starting point for this concept, which I think is really cool. It uses 2 CPUs, 2 OSs. 1 CPU is dedicated to each OS, right? And it basically runs all of the behind the scenes stuff and all that with the ultra low power one. And then any of the heavy lifting that needs to be done, running apps, fitness tracking, whatever, that type of stuff is done with Wear OS and the faster processor. And because this is launching that, we're going to start seeing more watches do this in the future, which I think is just such a brilliant design. It's one of those where you go, why didn't we have this sooner? Because it's just so smart. I don't know. I really was kind of enamored with that concept, and that we hadn't really done that very much in the past. Then I guess as far as use, right? The OnePlus Watch 2 is just really nice to use during the day. It only comes in one size, which is very big. So if you don't like very big watches, maybe don't buy it. But
I will say I saw you using it, or I saw someone using it, and
probably me.
Probably, and I just liked how the performance. It just everything just worked so smoothly.
Right.
I've never seen Wear OS. I haven't used a Pixel Watch 2.
Do you find that interesting though, that's okay, so I guess my question for you is, you think it ran smoothly and the performance was nice, but if the smartwatch has really bad measurements in terms of measuring your health stats or fitness stats or whatever, then what's the point of getting a smartwatch is sort of my thought process, right? What is the ultimate, we've questioned that before. What's the point of getting a smartwatch? And realistically, the point of getting a smartwatch is for fitness. And if you're not doing that, then what's the point of getting it?
I was mostly just commenting on because I haven't used a watch or seen a watch in person with the new Qualcomm chip. And so to see this watch being used in person, to see its performance, I was blown away, because Wear OS isn't known really for having all that great performance unless you're on a Pixel Watch or on a Galaxy Watch. And even on this OnePlus watch, I felt like it ran a lot better than my Galaxy Watch 5, which I think is, a fine watch. So just to see it perform. Now, on, your question, I do think that it's, if a watch isn't doing a good job at, tracking metrics, then that kind of defeats the point, because, the main reason why I wear smartwatches for, sleep tracking, for, activity tracking, to,
get your metrics and stuff.
Yeah. So if it's not doing that correctly, or isn't even really in the ballpark, then, that's problematic. And I feel like that can be fixed.
Yes, I think it can be fixed too.
I think so. I've got no evidence of this because I haven't seen a teardown for the new watch yet. But it's probably using the same exact sensors as the Pixel Watch or the Galaxy Watch 5 or any other high-end watch. But it's got all new software powering it and a new processor arrangement.
Right.
That tells me that software can fix any issues. Because I do know that the low power side of the software is monitoring all the health sensors. So there's just some tweaking I think needs done.
Yeah, I think, I'm assuming, again, I don't necessarily have evidence other than wearing it and what I've seen, I'm assuming the polling rate is probably not fast enough because it's still running on that low power processor and it's probably trying to save power.
It could be, yeah.
And it could be a number of other things though. But to directly answer your previous question, Shruti, up until the last year, maybe two tops, I wore a smartwatch primarily for notification management and media control. So, seeing a text on my watch and going, oh, I'll quick reply to that. Or, I'm going to pause my music. I just pause it on my watch instead of picking up my phone and turning it on and whatever, it was a way to reduce friction or reduce distraction for me rather than tracking any sort of health data. So, if you're a person like I was, and really outside of just going and working out and looking at my heart rate, I don't track sleep currently. I don't track steps. I don't really care about any of the other metrics except for heart rate when I'm working out. So that was like my one hang up. If it could do that better, I would be wearing this thing every day.
Totally. Okay, let's talk about the cool stuff. And this kind of goes back to something that Nick, you wanted to talk about. So in our best of awards, one of the categories was best concept phone, which coincidentally was also like one of the cool things that, a lot of people talked about, but that is the Motorola adaptive display concept. So the phone that looks like a wearable, has a rolling phone display. I mean, we've all seen this. It's happened a million times in past experiences with different companies. You know what? It's cool. Not my thing, at least for me, but you take it away, Nick, because you're the one who is excited to talk about this.
So, and only me. I doubt it. As I say, Derek definitely liked it too. So, when a lot of these companies show off concept devices, I will use Lenovo in our very exact coolest things we saw at MWC article.
That was a very, very cool product.
They showed off a transparent laptop, which is dope, right? Like it looks so cool. It's shiny. Like you can see through it. It runs Windows. It's a laptop.
It's very Minority Report.
Yeah, like it's cool, but it's useless, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like nobody's ever going to use this thing. Nobody's going to want to use this thing for more than the 10 seconds that it takes to show it off, and then you're going to go, a glass keyboard with no tactile feedback sucks. A transparent display makes no sense on a laptop. Like, okay, that's typically how these sort of tech demos go, and they show them off because that technology is going to make its way into a product where it makes sense later down the road, right? But for now, they show it off in whatever form they could figure out, okay? This Motorola concept, I feel, actually has some kind of legs as an actual product. And I know we've talked internally, like I talked with Michael, and he's like, what happens if you fall and land on the bendable phone? I mean, my guess is because it's bendable, it probably won't break. I don't know how often I fall, but I would imagine if I was carrying my phone and I fell and it dropped, it would probably also break. So it's one of those questions where you're like, well, yeah, it's a great question, but also what happens if we do it now? Like, I don't think the outcome.
Yeah, in fact, I feel like it'd be worse with our current devices because this phone, it didn't feel like it wasn't glass. It was like I don't know what it was made of.
It's some bendable.
Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? Do you guys remember in the 90s those bracelets that like
bracelets.
that you slapped on? That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, so this one you can't really slap on because you have there's a sort of bracelet thing they have to wear and it attaches to that. So it almost acts like a smartwatch in that way. But, on the other hand, Samsung did show off their sort of version of this. And that one you could pretty much slap on. But that one was at least the one they were letting us wear was broken. It was a mess.
Whereas this actually works.
I guess the thing that I'm curious to know is because I know, Jerry, you kind of talked about this, about, how concept phones are really dumb in general because they're never, ever going to make it to the market. But then, Nick, you did point out a good point, which is it's not about putting this out to the public, but the technology that could be used in some other format. I don't know. Does that change your opinion, Jerry?
No,
Oh.
it makes it worse because Nick is right. It makes it into another format. But remember when we saw rollable displays that can bend and all this other nonsense? Do you know what we ended up getting? Horrible phones that the front screen wasn't flat. It had curved edges that nobody likes. That's what they turned that into.
Well, but
or
we
the
also have
LG Flex.
foldable phones now too.
No, those are different, Nick. I mean, they're not. The glass bends over on itself, but it's not shaped glass. It's
Right.
flat.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The shaped glass concept I think was bad, but what we got from that was the OLED displays that can be bent and is what are used in products like this now.
I don't know. Like when Nick said like these products would go into other things, like with the Lenovo transparent display, like LG has already shown off a TV that is, I believe they're going to actually sell, that has a transparent display. And then Samsung did, actually it was I think it was this year that Samsung did. I think both of them did it this year at CES, and then LG has already been selling a rollable TV. So it's not like these things are already on other products. They're just scaling down now, I think.
Right, or they sometimes have to drastically change them, and the core concept is the only thing that remains.
I mean, I think the rollable TV, for example, I want to say costs like $100,000.
Yeah, and I think that people who
even
that's
if it costs
marketed toward-
$1,000, is anybody going to buy it?
No, I don't
TV,
think I would.
yes.
No, you would. Derek, you wouldn't.
Oh, have you seen
Oh
that
my
thing? Oh, that
gosh.
thing is gorge.
The rollable TV makes sense because it's a space saver. Like,
Oh my
you can
God,
have
you
the thing out.
guys.
What, are you carrying TVs in your pocket
No,
now?
it's-
What do you
it's-
need a
if
space
you-
saver?
If you live in like a studio apartment and you need a table, right? The rollable TV would be great because it can roll down into the table, and now you
Yeah,
have a
and now
table
you don't.
with a
And like,
TV.
if you're moving, for example, you don't have like this big expensive TV like display that you're trying to not break while you're moving it. You could just roll it in and just move the little thingy.
Right. It has a lot
There are
of
some
really good
uses.
practical.
There are some
uses.
use
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, so they'd sell two of them, one to Nick and one to Derek.
and then they
Nobody
made
else
up their R&D. There you go.
Okay, let's are we okay. I want to talk about some other stuff now. Okay, I want to go to one last thing, at least for me, that I thought was fun to see, which was the technodynamic little dog, the robotic puppy. Oh my
It was
God.
I've like, I don't know. And shout out to Techno, by the way. But they this little dog thing, it was so cute. And I've seen like, little robot dogs before, like, I don't know, they always move so awkwardly, but this one, it like the movements were so smooth and like I wouldn't say 100% natural, but like it was not as robotic as I would have expected it to be. And like I remember at one point it like hopped towards me and I kind of got scared because it's very Black Mirror.
Yeah. No, but you know what though? Maybe you haven't thought about this, but so I was asked to do a radio hit on AI or something. I can't remember what it was, but one of the examples that they talked to me about was robotic dogs, and being used in areas where there have been like destruction. So, having the use of a real dog as well as a robotic dog to be able to go into like spaces where there have been destroyed because of earthquakes or war zones or whatever it may be to help find survivors. I think that idea to me makes a lot of sense. And if we can perfect that robotic dog technology, then that can be like super helpful for situations like this, right? And that to me, like to have, like, yeah, it's cool to have a really realistic type of dog, but I think to me, when you say realistic, I mean it's more so like the nimbleness of a robotic dog being able to go into areas that are hard to reach or whatever you want to call it, right? I think that's
Yeah,
the
and
cool
Techno
part to me.
put a lot of like tech into this dog, like for it to sort of kind of understand its surroundings, but also it was a big battery. Although, like, with as much as it's like powering, it can only last, I think, 90 minutes per charge. But there's still like a lot of tech in it, and some guy was controlling it with a controller. I think you could use a controller or like your phone, or I think it can kind of just do some things on its own. But it like you're saying, like I could see this tech being used in like those kind of scenarios, especially if someone's controlling it.
Yeah.
So they can see like where they're going, and like, maybe it can help people in like certain situations where like, a real person or dog can't, get to. So yeah, I thought it was super cute because it was also like, when people would raise their hands up, it would like paw at them. Yeah, it was adorable. But yeah, Techno had some really cool stuff. They also showed off a rollable phone, and some just other cool, stuff. So again, shout out to Techno.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move on from MWC. Let's take a really quick break, and I want to end on a very fun topic. Let's take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back. If your business earns millions or tens of millions of revenue, stop what you're doing and take a listen, because NetSuite by Oracle has just rolled out the best offer we've seen. What's your thoughts on this?
Google has to slow things down, strip things out. It has to. In 2030, 2031, the hardware inside phones is going to be miles better than what's in the Pixel 8. I mean, that's just the way technology works. What's in the Pixel 8 isn't going to run the software the bright people at Google want to try to make. So then what do? That's the task you're faced with is, okay, it can do it, but it's going to be really slow and really terrible. So what do we do?
Before you ask, though, what do we do? Are people allowed to feel upset about that?
Sure. I mean, you can be upset over anything, but that doesn't change the facts. I mean, I controversial opinion, and I said in the article, Apple did the right thing. Well, they just did it in a really crappy way.
They kind of had to do it as well, though, right?
Apple wasn't very upfront about what they were doing, and that gives Google a chance to be upfront, and number one, not get sued, and number two, hopefully not piss a whole bunch of people
I've
off.
completely agreed with you. Like, I think when the lawsuit first came up, or when people first started getting mad about Apple slowing down their phones, that was kind of my thought too. I was like, well, it makes sense why they're doing this, like when you think about it. But yeah, the problem is that they just weren't upfront about it.
Right. They did it and didn't say a word.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is like the idea that how do I say this without like being an asshole? So here's the thing, like you should be upgrading your phone. I mean, I'm not saying you should upgrade it every year, but I think, Jerry, you would agree with me on this. Like, you should upgrade your phone at least every 3 to 4 years if you can, so that you are able to maintain, the software in your phone to what is to a point where your phone doesn't collapse or isn't going to be bad, or it's able to maintain being on the network that you're on. Whatever happens in 7 years from now, like, we don't know what the next network is going to look like, whether it's going to be 6G, 7G, I don't know, right? So
I hesitated. I was almost going to mention that fact in this article.
Right.
Who's to say that the Pixel 8 will even run on T-Mobile or AT&T or whatever?
Exactly, because we don't know. We don't know what that network is going to look like, which is why experts in the engineering field and creation of mobile phones will always recommend, like, you should be upgrading your technology. And so the people who are affected by these phones are people who chose to keep their phones for longer for whatever for whatever reason. There's no harm in keeping your phone, but it's I just don't know if, like, it's fair to complain. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean by saying that. Do you know what I mean? Because like
That's Shruti.shaker@mobile. Okay, I'm not even going to give her email address.
Doxing her.
no,
I know what you mean.
You're allowed to complain. It's not what I'm saying. You can complain, but also realize that your complaint comes from a place where you have to also recognize that the world is growing in technology, and you can't expect to just keep the older devices forever. It's not going to function. That's all I'm trying to say.
I get it, and I am a very frugal person. You can ask my wife or my children, who will happily complain for hours on end about how cheap I am. And I get it, but it's very difficult to be cheap if you're a fan of technology. And that, once you understand that, I have a system. When it either breaks and I can't fix it, or it's too expensive to fix, or I see a feature that I want and can't have, that's when it's time to upgrade something. Not just a phone, anything. So I used the Pixel 6. I loved it. It broke. If it hadn't have broken, and they were so difficult to fix, I just gave up on it. If it hadn't have broken, I'd still use it. There's nothing I really want. Now I have a Pixel 7. And I'll use it until it either breaks or Google shows me something that I need or want and it doesn't work on my phone. Then I'll consider upgrading.
I think the other now, like as we're talking about this, because we've talked about the 7-year upgrade thing for so many different episodes now, and I wonder if the reason why Google is saying, yeah, we promise 7 years of updates. Do you think that inside baseball speaking, like they know that they're not going to be coming up with too many new grandiose software changes where having a 7-year upgrade cycle makes sense? Like it's possible to maintain.
That could be part of it. I think maybe another reason is that they know how they're going to do it. And this is a call out that, hey, we're as good as the iPhone. Because Apple can't do it any better than Google or Samsung, who's also going to give 7 years on the high-end phones. Apple can't do it any better than those two companies can. But for so long, it seemed like the people in Cupertino were very arrogant about how they did it better. So this may be a shot against that. In the end, though, this is a good thing. This is a good thing all around, even if everything you love about Android, 21, I think?
Yeah.
Is what's good.
Yeah.
If everything you love has been stripped out from your Pixel 8 when it gets updated, it still will run all the new apps. The APIs will likely work unless it doesn't have the hardware required. It's secure and it's optimized for your network. If you have taken the time to replace the battery, and you will, your phone is not going to last 7 years without you replacing the battery. If you've taken the time to do that and you don't want to spend $1,000, or who knows, in 2030 it might be $5,000.
Oh God, please don't say that.
Yeah, if you don't want to spend that money, your phone will still work. That's good. Other than that, maybe you won't be satisfied with it anymore.
Although,
but
will it work?
it'll still
Because,
work.
I mean, you said that your Pixel 6 broke. Namera has complained about her Pixel 6. It broke. Like, after 2 years, it's just like, it's just done.
But see, here's the thing. I wonder if they've changed the technology, hardware, and everything Pixel 8 onwards.
I mean...
Maybe, to be fair, my Pixel 6 broke because I took it apart.
Yeah,
and broke
fair
it.
enough.
Oh,
Fair
Jerry.
enough. Oh, Jerry.
It shouldn't. What broke should not have broke. That's on you, Google. It's just a place where a cable plugs in.
And I don't want to play with him because I want him to sleep. So I just ended up just standing in front of my computer and doing stuff. And that's when I really designed most of my layout and learned most of my layout. So in the middle of the night, like for 6 months or something, I was just like a bit sleep deprived, and maybe that's what it takes to go on this kind of journey, but I don't know.
All that said, though, he does kind of think everyone should go through at least a bit of this process. And I think I agree. If you spend hours a day with your wrists cocked awkwardly and stretching painfully around a keyboard, why shouldn't you invest the time and energy to get something better?
The first thing I would recommend is just to get a programmable keyboard. If you use Vim, you know that escape is the best key there is. And there are lots of different ways to solve this. But if you have a programmable keyboard, you can just move it to caps lock, or you can make a combo on the home row. Or maybe you use Emacs and you say that, oh, the control key is the most horrible key there is. Because you need like a sixth finger. If you use Emacs, you really should have a sixth finger so you can press that damn control key all the time. If you have a programmable keyboard, then you can just move control up to caps lock. You can even have escape and caps lock on the same key. So if you tap it, it's escape, and if you hold it down, it's control. So that's really the first thing I would recommend people to do, because you don't have to relearn anything. You can just remap escape or control, or you can put the navigation layers, like instead of having the arrow keys like far away on the keyboard, you can just have it on the home row and just hold down something. And that's pretty easy to get, right?
He also recommended a split keyboard, which makes total sense to me. But I should confess something here. I hung up our call expecting to go make a bunch of changes, explore a new layout, try and combat the pain that I'm also starting to feel typing all day, every day. And then I did nothing. Just nothing. The thing is, I type too much, too often, and I type really fast, and it just seems like so much work to essentially learn what amounts to like a new instrument just to be able to do my job all day. I'm not sure how long I could get away with not filing stories because I can't type fast enough. You know what I mean? So I'm stuck sitting here staring at this stupid QWERTY keyboard on my desk, which apparently everyone agrees is a bad option, but is kind of just the one we're stuck with. And so now I'm looking around my desk wondering what else is like this. What other tech is this way just because it is this way? We talk about AI as upending the way we do everything online, and maybe that's good even if the AI isn't good and ultimately isn't going to change everything about how we do everything. Because maybe it's good to sit down and rethink how we do everything every once in a while.
My image of the ultimate keyboard was just a regular keyboard with cooler switches. So that was the extent of my knowledge. I knew I had these Ergodox, but it's like, that's just some weird, strange thing. But I mean, I think it's when you start going down the rabbit hole, the hole starts to open and you realize, oh, there are so many other things.
All right, we gotta take a break, and then we're gonna come back and talk about Surface, Windows, and the future of Microsoft. We'll be right back.
Hi, we're Visible. We're the wireless company with nothing to hide. Seriously. Hidden fees? We don't have them. Annual contracts? Not our thing. Great wireless on just one line? Now that's more like it. Get unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon for just $25 a month. Taxes and fees included. That's right, $25 a month, every month. Sorry, hidden fees. We're just not that into you. Sometimes the choice is just Visible. Switch today at Visible.com. Rate with service on the Visible plan. For additional terms and network management practices, see Visible.com.
Is crypto perfect? Nope. But neither was email when it was invented in 1972. And yet today, we send 347 billion emails every single day. Crypto is no different. It's new, but like email, it's also revolutionary. With Kraken, it's easy to start your crypto journey with 24/7 support when you need it. Go to kraken.com and see what crypto can be. Some crypto assets are unregulated in Australia. Profits can be subject to capital gains tax, and the value of crypto assets can go down or up.
More power. More tech. More space for the people you love. Combining the best of sports car performance with the luxurious interior and capability of an SUV, the Porsche Cayenne is truly a sports car with space for five. Cayenne. Go further together. Visit Porsche Center Willoughby today.
Welcome back. Over the course of the last few weeks, there's been a lot of what I'd call sneaky shakeups happening inside of Microsoft. I mean, nothing to the level of last year when it looked like Microsoft might just hire the entirety of OpenAI. And of course, all of that turned out to be nothing. But there have been a few corporate moves and a couple of product launches and even a different non-acquisition acquisition that all make me think there is something big going on here in terms of how Microsoft thinks about AI and Windows and Surface in particular. So it's time to do what we always do in these situations, which is get The Verge's Tom Warren on the line to help us figure out what's actually going on here. Tom Warren, welcome back to the show.
Hey, good to be back.
I feel like I have to bring you on every time Microsoft does something weird and confusing, and you have to make sense of it. I feel like this is not what your job should be, but this is what I need you for.
It does feel like that's my job. It's just explaining Microsoft's mess, essentially.
Just forever like reading the org chart of Microsoft to make sense. And so actually the org chart is where I want to start. I want to talk about AI PCs and I want to talk about services, but we're going to get to all that in a minute because I actually think what is happening inside of Microsoft actually explains a lot of that stuff.
Right.
So let's go back to 6-ish months ago, I think, which is when Panos Panay announced he was leaving Microsoft.
Yes.
Describe that moment to me at Microsoft, because he's a guy who'd been there forever. He was a big face of Microsoft. He was in charge of a lot of things. Like, what happened when Panos left?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a surprise, right? I think it took us by surprise, and I think it probably took Microsoft by surprise as well. Like, the thing is, it was a few days before a Surface event, which was also
that's right.
timing, you know, that they announced it publicly anyway. And I think like catching up with people at the event, you got that sense that it was a surprise, you know, this wasn't expected to happen. So yeah, I think that was the big takeaway, was it was a surprise. And I think the way that Microsoft kind of responded to it, like Nadella's shapeshifting of Windows, was that they split Windows and Surface. So Panos' responsibilities into two different leaders.
And if I'm not mistaken, Microsoft had made a big deal out of uniting those things under Panos, right? That was supposed to be this coherent, like holistic way of thinking about devices, right? And that wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't. And it was around, actually, I think it was just before the pandemic started.
Oh, wow. Okay. Which I guess at this point is a while ago, but
yeah,
it doesn't seem like that long ago.
It was a while ago. It doesn't feel like it, right?
Okay.
But it was interesting timing because it was a few months after Panos and the rest of the Surface team had unveiled the dual screen Surface stuff, and that was going to be the future of Windows and all that sort of stuff. So it seemed like they, putting everything under Panos was going to align Surface hardware and Windows software. So that seemed like that was what was going to happen. That's what Panos had been working on. And then they just split it out in a really weird way. So obviously Panos left for Amazon. They gave the Surface hardware stuff to Pavan Davuluri. He's been at Microsoft for over 20 years. He's a pretty key Surface engineer. He's definitely a key player there. It was pretty instrumental to the Qualcomm and AMD relationships, where they've done the custom SQ1 processors and stuff for these Surface.
So like a natural guy to put in charge of this after Panos leaves. Okay.
Yeah, definitely for the hardware side. And then they split off the Windows sort of engineering efforts and all those teams over to Mikhail Parakin, who had been at Microsoft for a number of years as well, but was essentially, his official title was formerly now, but CEO of like web and advertising.
I feel like he's a name I started to hear with some of the AI stuff over the last year. So is that right?
Yeah, so he was looking after, you'd hear him a lot when he was tweeting about the Bing chat stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Edge maybe, all that sort of stuff. So it was difficult for me to wrap my head around this because it was like, it didn't seem like the natural person to take over Windows, just given his role, but he's obviously a talented engineer and leader, but it seemed strange for it to go that way, given where Windows and Surface have been. So that happened about 6 months ago. He's been looking after that, and then not so much anymore.
Yeah, so that brings us to now, and basically that has been, at least as far as I can tell, sort of pretty cleanly undone.
Pretty much, yeah. So the teams I'd say most of the teams that went over to Mikhail's organization have gone back, essentially, if you want to call it that, to Pavan Davuluri, who was obviously looking after the Surface hardware. So he's now looking after Windows, most of the Windows engineering and Surface hardware. The key thing is that it all kind of ties into a big move that Nadella made. So this is why it's actually happening. And he's obviously hired the former co-founder of Google DeepMind, Mustafa Suleyman, and he hired him into a position as CEO of Microsoft AI, so a new group inside Microsoft, or you might say the same group that Mikhail was looking after and has kind of been pushed out slightly. He's given a lot to Microsoft and particularly on their ads and search side. Like they've become a lot more relevant in the last few years on that side than they've been before. You can argue they've been pushing Bing in weird ways, pushing Edge in weird ways that haven't been too great for consumers.
You're saying you don't love giant pop-ups telling you to use Bing Chat?
I love it when I'm in the middle of playing a game or like in my Excel spreadsheet and there's this giant, please use Copilot or whatever. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's the clippiest thing Microsoft has done since Clippy, and I'm not a fan.
I know.
But okay, so if I understand sort of the org structure now, you have basically the sort of Windows and devices side of things, which is basically like hardware that people use. And that's all under Pavan Davuluri now. He has like most of the Panos job is now his.
Yeah, and he's still not on like the senior leadership team, so he still reports up to someone. But essentially, that's what he's looking after. And I think I get the impression that most of that work that he's going to be looking after is how they optimize Windows for the new silicon that's coming, and the NPUs, all that sort of stuff, because that seems to be pretty key. And we'll also talk about that soon. But that's why I think they're bringing it back to that side, because they know they need that engineering effort.
Got it. Okay. I do want to talk about that in just a sec, because I think how all of this comes like back together in the product is the part of this that I understand the least. And we're going to talk about that. But the other side of this, we haven't really talked about all of the inflection AI, non-acquisition acquisition stuff going on. So basically, as I understand it, Microsoft hired Mustafa Suleyman, who is the co-founder of DeepMind, and then went and founded this company called Inflection AI. Paid a ton of money for him and a bunch of other executives to come join the company. Didn't call it an acquisition. A lot of people are saying that's because it was worried about the antitrust ramifications of calling it an acquisition. But essentially, they acqui-hired, or like whatever the opposite of an acqui-hire is, like hire-sitioned a bunch of Inflection AI people to come do AI for Microsoft, which again to me says Microsoft doesn't feel like it is where it needs to be in terms of like winning the AI race. And this is the company that 12 months ago was just as confident as you could possibly be about the future of AI and Bing being the thing and making Google dance, and that they were really going to win. This says to me that Microsoft is much less feeling itself maybe than it was a year ago. What's your read of this situation?
I think that's spot on. Yeah, so a year ago, obviously, and I've written about this recently, they were obviously all in on Bing and Bing Chat, all that sort of stuff. And internally, they were talking about picking the Bing brand because obviously there's, I think, particularly among tech people anyway, and then the general consumer can look at Bing and probably be like, don't even know what it is maybe. But along the tech sort of people is kind of laughed at, right? It's frowned upon, the Bing brand.
Yeah.
And they were talking internally at that time that it's 500 million or whatever it is of marketing spend to pick a new name. So they were like, we're going to go with Bing. That's the way forward. It didn't really shift the needle, right? Like Nadella wanted Google to dance. They wanted to get all these, percentage points off of Google. I think they probably only got about 1 or 2%, if that. Otherwise, they were aiming for more, for there to be an impact,
My impression is that most people who use Bing through Microsoft think they're using ChatGPT. I can't prove that, but like when I talk to people who are using Bing as AI stuff, they think they're using ChatGPT, which is a bad sign for Microsoft.
Yeah, that's probably reasonable. And they obviously rebranded the Bing Chat stuff to Copilot, right? And they've done this Super Bowl ad, all that sort of stuff. So that's all linked in with this. And then, like, when I've been speaking to people about working under Mikhail, it sounds like it was run as kind of like a startup atmosphere there, where you're constantly you're trying to do as much out of as little resources as you have. So it seems like it was kind of a bit crunchy over there. And I think there was some micromanaging going on there as well. There's some of that sort of stuff that's been happening, which, to be fair, is probably happens in a bunch of organizations anyway. But it seemed like I think from the fact that Nadella has gone and hired someone into the CEO position, it clearly wasn't working, right? Like whatever they were doing in that team wasn't working. And that's the key point that I think Bloomberg reported that Nadella was frustrated at that team, or frustrated that the timeline's there or something, because he obviously wants to go fast, and Microsoft has been going very fast on Copilot in Office, and in that world where they can push it, and actually there's revenue opportunities there, and you see it in the stock price and all that sort of stuff. So they want to really push it on the consumer side as well, and obviously it hasn't skyrocketed to relevance. So, but I will say though that I think it's the first time I've known people to be downloading the Bing mobile app or actually talking about Bing, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So it's had some sort of impact, but obviously not enough.
And it does seem like, I will say, credit where credit's due for Microsoft in terms of like baking Copilot into the Office apps and stuff, and sort of giving people like real actual business uses for AI. It's done a better job, I think, than anybody, right?
Yeah.
ChatGPT is sort of neater, and Gemini is weird and whatever. And as consumer brands, those are really the two that people talk about. But in terms of like the whatever $30 a month you're trying to get IT departments to pay for, I actually think Microsoft is, at least my own perception, ahead of everybody else on that front. So credit where credit's due for that. It's just that's not a victory for Bing.
No, exactly. Like the good thing about Copilot in that Office space is the Teams integration, where you can literally like, you know how you're like, do I really need to go to that meeting or not? Can I catch up like in the notes? And you don't even have to worry now. You just click on a link and it tells you if someone even spoke about you, and you can just click like, and it will just instantly go to that part. It's like,
oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty wild what they've done for the Teams integration, and also like your Outlook. Like I tested out the Copilot Pro stuff, which is for consumers actually. The Team stuff isn't available for consumers, but I tested that out, and the most impressive part of that is you go into Outlook and there's an email. There's summarized email at the top of it. So, which is really useful when you have a back and forth with like a customer support rep, and you're like, I can't even remember what I was doing in this email. Like, there's loads of little interesting touch points to it. It's still a little bit and it needs to mature and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have nailed some of it on the Office side, but on the Windows side, they've been promising a bunch of stuff, and it hasn't. I'm not sure what this AI PC stuff is yet. So
yeah, me neither. So let's talk about that, because we came on this show a few weeks ago when Apple announced the new MacBook Airs, and we made a lot of fun of Apple for saying that these are really great AI PCs, which amounted to essentially like you can do some photo editing and also use the internet. Thus, these are AI PCs.
Right.
And Microsoft and Intel and others are out here making all this noise also about AI PCs, and they have the Copilot key, and it feels like if they want to be consumer winners in this space, it seems like Microsoft is betting a lot on really having like a hardware instantiation of AI be the thing.
Yeah.
But like, just back all the way up for me, like when Microsoft says AI PC, the hell is it talking about?
That's what I want to know. Yeah, that's the key question at the moment. I think AI PC is definitely a bit of a marketing term right now, because Microsoft's saying all this stuff, and it's like the definition, which we actually learned this week from Intel, is that it needs to have the latest CPUs and GPUs and an NPU, right? So the neural processing unit, which is a chip that we've seen on a bunch of ARM-powered Windows laptops for years now. And essentially it's been there and accelerates tasks like background blurring on a video call and like noise cancelling when your dog's barking behind you on a call. So there's obviously other instances, and software developers are working on stuff that will utilise it. But for all intents and purposes, that's the most consumer-friendly option you have for that NPU right now. So what else is the NPU going to do? What other AI tasks are going to leverage that in Windows? That's still the mystery. So although Microsoft's coming out saying, here's our Surface Pro 10 for business. Yes, that's the full name of the product, and it's our first Surface AI PC. It still doesn't really explain like why, because the AI stuff that they have been pushing is Copilot, which is cloud-based, so it doesn't need an NPU locally to accelerate or anything. So it's just that's a missing part of the puzzle, and I think that's all going to make sense on May 20th when they do this Surface and Windows event.
Yeah, what do we know about the Surfaces so far? Microsoft just released a couple of businessy Surfaces.
Yeah.
Which seem like, that reading your story about them, you seem to see those as sort of a hint at what we might see from the consumer-facing Surfaces, but also those might be different. And I don't know, like, what's your sense of kind of how much we know about this next generation of Surfaces that's coming?
Yeah, so they announced the Surface Pro 10 for business and the Surface Laptop 6 for business, and they're both running Intel Core Ultra chips, which do have NPUs, and I'd say beyond that, there's some webcam changes, but the designs are pretty much the same. It's pretty much a very plain release, but some good upgrades for business customers.
And the hardware's good. Like, I like the Surface and the Surface laptop,
Yeah.
so I think to the extent that it's like desperate for a hardware redesign, like whatever, but I think that what you just described to me in no way makes these things qualify as AI PCs. So that's still where I'm stuck, right? It's like, what is the AI PC story inside of this thing?
So on May 20th, they're going to do the same devices, but for consumers. There'll be some tweaks to designs. The Surface Pro 10 is supposed to get an OLED display, which is nice. There's all sorts of stuff you expect from the consumer side. But more importantly, they're not going to be Intel. So they're not going to be Core Ultra PCs. They're going to be Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite or Elite X. I can't remember which way it goes. So ARM-based, which is not unusual for Microsoft to do ARM-based Surfaces. They've done Surface Pro X in the past, but it's unusual for them to only do that for consumers.
Yeah, as the main option, that's a pretty big deal.
I mean, they could, I guess, offer it later. It could be some sort of exclusive, but as far as I know, they're launching exclusively with Qualcomm, which is, I think, that speaks to some sort of confidence in these Qualcomm chips, because the Qualcomm's been promising this performance to match MacBooks and stuff for years, and it's never really delivered, right? So
the year of Windows on ARM has been every year for like a decade at this point. Yeah.
But it seems like Microsoft is really confident, from what I understand internally, that they're going to even be able to beat M3 performance, which is interesting. Yeah, because even if they can beat,
that would be a huge deal.
Yeah, like it seems like they're unusually confident, which I don't usually see.
I mean, forget M3 performance. If it can get to like Apple's M1 performance on these things, like that's a huge leap forward, both for Qualcomm in general, which can then go sell these things to other people also, but also for the Surface line. Like that would make the Surface probably more interesting to more people than it has been in a really long time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super interesting, obviously, because these chips are obviously going to go into regular laptops as well. And it does feel like, with the rumors of, was it AMD and NVIDIA potentially doing Windows on ARM next year or the year after? I can't remember the exact year. It does feel like there's something going on here. And Intel keeps inviting me to briefings about the Core Ultra. So they obviously know that something's going on. So I feel like there is something going on here, but I'm not fully committed to trusting that this is going to be M3 performance.
Yeah. And in terms of the AI stuff, right? Like I think the one part of the AI story that I do buy is that basically efficient performance goes a really long way.
Yes, definitely.
Granted, every computer with good performance and good battery life is a better PC for AI.
Yeah.
Is that an AI PC? No, that's just like a pretty good laptop in 2024. But I digress. But we've seen Microsoft on the consumer side, I feel like, try a bunch of different ways to put AI in front of people, right? There's Bing Chat. They've made all this big deal about Edge. They're trying to put it in the start menu. What's your sense of what, if anything, is working there? Like, what would you bet on kind of being the front face of AI on Windows going forward?
Yeah, I think Copilot is definitely the front face. So Intel obviously had these specs, and there was the chip side, but then there was it has to have access to Copilot software, which is like, sure, it's Windows 11, whatever. But it has to have the Copilot key as well for it to be an AI PC in Microsoft's definition, which is like, okay, interesting.
So it has to do AI, and it has to have an AI button.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. And then it's an AI PC.
The AI sticker. I don't know if they're going to have stickers on these things, but I mean, you never know.
That would be amazing. Instead of Intel inside, it should just start saying AI inside. Like, that's the stuff right there.
That's it. But the Copilot is definitely their portal. Now, how they'll get away from it just being a chatbot or seen as just a chatbot on the side in Windows, which is basically what it is right now. That's going to be interesting to see how it integrates with all the apps. They do have something coming called, I think it's called AI Explorer. And it sounds real creepy, but it's going to essentially record everything you do on your PC. And then say you were, I don't know, researching a holiday last week, you could say to it, I was looking at holidays last week, but I can't remember where it was. And then it'd be like, oh, you were looking like holidays to Europe last week. Do you want to check out the tabs that you had? Oh, sure. And then you click and it brings up all the tabs you were working on, documents, whatever. So it's like a timeline of how you were using your PC and the state it was in and all that sort of stuff. Don't know exactly how it's going to work in reality, but that's what they've been. That's what they're building at the moment, essentially. So that's going to be the killer feature because it's going to leverage the NPU, obviously, to quickly pull up this stuff and reference it, which sounds very similar to the Windows 10 timeline feature they tried to do, which was like a similar sort of thing, but sort of going across mobile apps. But it needed app support, so it was kind of like dead in the water without developers actually supporting it. This doesn't need app support. They can just do it because they it runs on top of Windows.
It knows what's on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, privacy minefield, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I remember I wrote about this company, Rewind,
right, yeah.
maybe a year ago, that is doing something very similar. And theirs is like a separate app that you download that then gets permission to record your screen and all that stuff. And in talking to people about that, everybody immediately goes one of two ways, where it's like, oh, awesome, that runs locally on my computer and doesn't go anywhere else. Kick ass. Yeah. What an incredible productivity tool that's going to be. And then a bunch of other people who are like, absolutely not, under no circumstances, never, ever, 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 ever.
Yeah.
And I talked to a bunch of people around that story and found no one who was in the middle of those 2 points.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what this is going to be like. It's obviously going to run locally and all that, but it doesn't matter if it's recording you. It's still weird, right?
Yeah, I agree. But I will say, if that becomes kind of part of the interface of a computer, which I actually think done well is pretty interesting, the idea of like, because you think about your browser history, right? Like the fact that you can't sort of query your browser history to be like, what was that page I was looking at about X, Y, and Z is silly. Like you should be able to do that. The information's right there. Yeah, it has it anyway, right? So to be able to take information that like, of course it already has and do something with it, that's a pretty compelling use of AI to me. Again, I wonder what that will look like and whether it will totally collapse this supposed good performance and battery life of my computer.
Yeah, and advertising companies basically have access to your search history. I mean, not in the literal sense, but by tracking you all around the web. So, and they can make relevant queries. So it would be really useful to be able to look back in useful AI-powered ways. So yeah, I see the big benefits of it. It's just how they sell it and the privacy aspects and everything else.
Do you think all the other Windows manufacturers are going to be into the Copilot idea and Copilot key the same way that Microsoft is?
Yeah, I think probably because usually they follow.
I guess they don't have much choice in a lot of cases.
And Microsoft will say you can put some of your stuff where you can make a tiny bit of revenue on everything, and they have all these big deals with OEMs to incentivize all this sort of stuff. So that they'll have like marketing deals. It would just basically be one of those things where it's like if you're an OEM, you kind of have to go with it. Because we obviously saw in the past support for Windows on ARM from a bunch of OEMs. Some of them pulled it pretty quick, but they all most of them did 1 or 2 models just in support of it. So I think there will be support for it. I think most of them will probably ship the Copilot key eventually as well, even if not all of them have yet. But I think it would be pretty broadly supported.
Okay. And for Microsoft, it seems like this event in May actually turns out to be a pretty big deal. Even if it is, relative sort of spec updates of things. Like, I don't know. My last question for you was basically going to be like, what do we think year 2 of Microsoft's all-in on AI bet is going to look like? Right. And I kind of feel like what it sounds like is we're going to know the answer to that much more clearly when we see this new hardware. That is going to be the way to see what all this looks like.
Yeah, I think the key is the Snapdragon chip. Like how that performs. If it lands well, then you can imagine there's going to be next-gen AI PCs, which they're obviously talking about internally. I think these are considered next-gen, whereas perhaps the stuff that's in the market right now of NPUs is current gen or whatever. But yeah, I think year 2 will be, I hope it's like more fleshing out Windows and how it's actually using all this NPU power and leveraging it all locally on the device, because that's the main feature. I think there's going to also be a video streaming improvement as well, and that's the other kind of main feature that they're those 2 features that they're kind of selling for the next gen AI PCs, but marketing slogan.
It's interesting to hear you talk about AI as the sort of startup inside of Microsoft. It actually makes a lot of the last 12 months make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Both in terms of this sort of like flailing around all over Windows trying to figure out what to do, but also some of the stuff like the growth hacking inside of Edge and inside of Windows. Like that's the kind of stuff that big mature companies do less of, but startups do lots of.
Yes. Yeah.
And that culture clash, I think, is like maybe why it felt so bad as a user to get some of that stuff over the last year, where it's like, Microsoft, this is gross. Like, leave me alone. I'm just trying to use your web browser, for God's sake.
But it's interesting because the Windows engineers have obviously gone back to the Surface side, but they've kept Bing, Edge, and Copilot on that Microsoft AI side. So that does suggest that they'll be doing all of the AI work within those 3 brands. So we might not get as I don't know, as pushy, hopefully as pushy stuff in the Windows experience itself. So,
but Edge is probably still going to be messy.
Yeah, I did want to mention one thing. The interesting thing that I think they're going to say, and I kind of know from sources, is how Microsoft used to say a PC in every home was like the Windows slogan, right? It's going to be a co-pilot for every person. Like that's how they're going to sell this now. Yeah, and they're hoping to get to like 50% of new laptops, like by the end of 2026, will be have all the NPU hardware on them.
Interesting, and that's very telling.
Yeah, when you get to that scale, then it's quite telling of their ambitions and where they might go with us. So.
Fair enough. All right, well, we're going to have to check back in May. I'm so skeptical of these Qualcomm chips, Tom. I cannot even tell you. But
Same.
Boy, I hope they're awesome.
I'm so skeptical of AI PC slogan marketing nonsense.
Yeah, if anyone knows what an AI PC is, please email us. Vergecast@verge.com. I want to know.
I want to know too.
All right, we got to take one more break, and we'll be right back with the Vergecast hotline. Thank you, Tom.
All right, thank you.
Garfield, dinner time! That's right. I'm back, baby.
He's lazy.
Odie,
Tape everything from the bottom 2 shelves into a dumpling. He's sarcastic.
time to go to the bed.
Nope, I'm good. Thanks for the opportunity. And he's always hungry.
Syncs with Beeper, what is now called Beeper Cloud, but you don't have to do it. You can go to my hands-on with it. You can see the system architecture diagram that they've drawn up that explains it better than I think I could. But effectively, like, Beeper Mini takes about 30 seconds to sign up for. It, I don't want to say tricks because I don't think that's the right verbiage, but it essentially pings Apple as if your phone is an iPhone to enroll in iMessage. No Mac Mini required. It is just being like, hey, it sends in the background an SMS message, as I believe an iPhone does, to say, hey, I'm an iPhone signing up for iMessage. And Apple goes, cool, here you go. And then it sends encrypted messages via iMessage through the same like APN that Apple uses, like it hooks onto that. And they've built a Beeper push notification service because you'd have to keep Beeper Mini active in the background at all times to get incoming notifications because that system is built into iOS itself. Beeper's push notification service like stands as a way to tell your phone like, hey, you've got a new message, and then that message is encrypted on your phone. So it's all handled locally, essentially. There's no, you're sending messages effectively how an iPhone sends messages, which is new. Like, this has not been an app before. There's never been an app like this on the Play Store, I would say. You don't even, and this was, I don't want to say a last minute addition, but it kind of was because they pushed back their announcement to add it. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn to say that. You don't even have to log in with your Apple ID to use this app. Like, it is just your phone number. It's an optional thing in the settings to log into your Apple ID. But like, if you just want to enroll your phone number in iMessage, you don't even need to give Beeper your Apple ID, which is crazy.
I will say that having my iPhone and Beeper Mini open on an Android phone side by side and seeing both of them update in real time through the cloud was a holy shit moment for me.
Well, so that's the thing. We can talk about my iPhone review if we want, but I have my iPhone and my Pixel 8 Pro next to each other. They both have SIMs in them. The SIM in the iPhone is enrolled in iMessage, obviously. The SIM in the Pixel 8 is enrolled in iMessage through Beeper Mini. And if you log in with your Apple ID, you will see both phone numbers in there. You will see, if you've used iOS and you've opened iMessage settings before, you'll see the like send and receive options, which will have your email addresses and your phone number, and you can select what you can and can't send messages from. And that setting exists in Beeper Mini. So like you said, you'll see messages come in both devices at the same time, even though they're on different SIMs. You can send from both numbers. It's kind of crazy.
Not only that, it supports group messages. It supports tapbacks and
everything.
Basically, all other iMessage features except for the proprietary ones that rely on like stickers and App Store integration.
So even like the handful that aren't here is live location sharing and FaceTime audio and video calls. Those are planned for the future. I think iMessage effects are fun. I know they're gimmicky, but I think they're fun. And so I asked Eric if they were coming. They have to build the animations themselves, but like I was told, yes, that's on the roadmap to add. When someone sends you a laser animation, your phone, your Pixel or your Galaxy S20, whatever, will show you the laser animation that they sent you, which I think is rad. The only thing on the list right now that seems to be off, that they're just never going to be able to do, are iMessage games, which I think is fine because I've tried iMessage games and they're terrible.
I honestly didn't even know they were a thing.
Yeah, it's mostly through this app add-on, this iMessage add-on called Game Pigeon, which is I don't know, man. If you want to play Battleship with your friends through iMessage, that's on you. But it's like playing Flash games in iMessage. I can see the appeal, but like you can just download an app that works across the platforms or whatever and figure it out from there. Or there's plenty of ways to play like Connect 4 is the line that I have in my article on mobile. Like you can figure it out.
Do you remember when everybody was playing Farmville on Facebook?
Yeah, I was in high school.
Yeah. I mean,
it was a big high school. I mean,
it's just such a wild time.
There's no games on Facebook anymore, right?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure there are, but it's buried somewhere.
Yeah, like all features on Facebook end up like buried. If they never get retired, they just disappear down 17 menus and you never see them again.
Yeah.
Can you still poke? I know that was buried for a long time, but you can still do it.
Can you still poke? Oh my God. I don't even want to answer that.
All right. I want to write a piece today about, like after we're done recording this, about how big is the appetite for iMessage on Android, particularly after RCS has been announced and is going to deliver a lot of the stuff that I think people want out of cross-platform messaging. But if you have friends who are using iMessage as their primary source of texting you, and therefore you're mostly getting their messages through SMS, I really think this is worth a look. They've been very upfront and open about like, please come investigate our security. We have full confidence in it, which is not what we saw from Sunbird and Nothing Chats a couple weeks ago. I'm not saying fully take their word for it, but the app's been out for a few days. We haven't heard anything. They have done basically everything they can to invite people to investigate it. They even built a proof of concept Python script that you can just run if you want to see how it works on your computer. It's a very cool app that I'm excited to see continue to be developed. I am so curious if Apple finds a way to take action. So Beeper has been pretty confident in their ability to avoid being shut down, essentially, because a couple things. First of all, when I asked Eric, my first question was like, why is Apple not going to shut this down the day after you launch it? His answer was that he thinks Beeper Mini is good for Apple because it boosts security through messaging. It's end-to-end encrypted. They care about security. Therefore, they should be happy Beeper Mini exists, which I think is a very funny answer. But this is the company, as I point out in my hands-on, that spent all of 2009 fighting with Palm over the Pre's ability to sync with iTunes. I don't know if you remember that, Daniel. They would push, it was like every 2 weeks, one of the companies would push an update. Like Palm would push an update to allow the Pre to sync with iTunes. 2 weeks later, Apple would push an update to iTunes that breaks the Pre's ability to sync with iTunes. And that went on for months. That was like on my mind while I was testing this, is like, Apple could probably figure out a way to break Beeper Mini and not break older computers running iMessage. He seems confident. I would say watch the Snazzy Labs video too, which goes into more detail on this. Beeper also pointed to a portion of the DMCA that protects reverse engineering. Still, like, as I said, Beeper Mini has a fee associated with it. It's $2 a month, which is not super expensive. It's $24 a year to get, a good messaging platform on your phone. I don't think that's super expensive, but I am curious now that Beeper is like fully making money from this, if Apple wants to even just take them to court, basically, and make it even if Beeper wins, dragging out a law battle could kill the company just money-wise. Like Apple has infinite resources and Beeper does not. So I don't know what the future holds for Beeper Mini, but I'm happy it exists today. I just am curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm of two minds about this. I've spoken to a couple people who, like developers, who have looked into this and have looked at into the proof of concept. And the TLDR is that Apple killing the backend infrastructure that powers Beeper Mini will also kill a lot of legacy iMessage
exactly integrations
with like people using older versions of iMessage or just people who like use iMessage on older versions of Macs and stuff.
Yes.
It's like,
Macs are
I
the
don't
big
think
one.
that it's going to be easy for Apple to do this without interfering with the existing user base. That said, there's a reason they're not offering an annual subscription fee because it could just go down at any time. It's also relatively inexpensive, but
Yeah, $2
Apple
a month is
not they're a famously litigious company. If anything else, like they'd probably just want to cut, which that won't happen, obviously. But if you recall the discovery emails around the DOJ case against Google and the emails that came out from Apple keeping iMessage off of Android from back in 2013, not just because it was a privacy concern, but because they knew that if cheaper phones ran iMessage, the moat would be smaller and people would be more likely to like buy their kids cheap Android phones because iMessage is the thing that holds families together. But I do think like just low key, to me, this makes me happy because like a 14-year-old whose parents thrust an Android phone in their hands and said, you don't have a choice, I'm just giving you this, will now at least be able to be in the group DMs. You know, it's like easier to ask their parents to pay for a $2 subscription fee than buy them a freaking iPhone. And as long as that's the case, and this will just be a seamless integration, you just have Beeper. And the next version of this is supposed to integrate SMS. So
they're adding everything. So eventually Beeper Mini will replace Beeper Cloud, I believe, is the long-term plan. And that includes every other plugin they have with Telegram, with Signal, with RCS, SMS, you name it, right? Like that's kind of Beeper's other strength in the Cloud app is that it can integrate all of your chat apps, and that's where they're going with Beeper Mini as well.
So it's like Trillium, but for mobile.
Yeah.
I love that.
Eric is very into. I had two different briefings with Eric, and we texted back and forth once I was on Beeper as well. Like we were talking about like AIM clients. Like he's very into bringing back like third-party chat clients that have effectively died over the last decade.
I love that Trillion still exists. Trillion was released in 2000.
I did not know Trillion still
That is bananas. If you go to trillion.im right now, you can still download it. It's it's available. It's available. It's free for individuals, and they have an enterprise service where it's $8 a month. I love this. I love that like Trillion is still an app that exists that you could download today, made by Cerulean Studio. Oh my God, this is wild to me. Is Cerulean still independent? That is crazy. This makes me so happy that they're still independent. 23 years old, this app is. I love this. I'm so happy right now. So yeah, I mean, I hope this just like for the high school kids that have an Android phone, I really think this is going to be life-changing for them. Anybody who's like shitting on this as a solution to the iMessage on Android problem, or if they think that like Apple should just like suck it up and release an iMessage client for Android, like these are the people that I'm thinking about here. It's not me and you who have a bunch of different phones and like it's annoying that we have green bubbles and sometimes blue bubbles. It's like this will actually improve friend groups and make families more cohesive. And to me, like that is a big deal. So plus the fact that Apple's making RCS part of its spec next year, like this is all good.
I don't want to call people out of touch, but I do think that if you were listening to this podcast, you were probably big into tech. And I would say that you should consider people like high school students, like college students, even just people who are maybe not as dialed into technology as you and I, dear listener, might be. Yeah, we can maybe convince people in our lives to get on Telegram or whatever chat app you want, or we can tell them, I don't care if you don't like my green bubble, like deal with it or whatever. But like these things do matter, especially at younger ages, to younger millennials and Gen Z in general. I think like the reason and I said this in my iPhone review this week too. I brought up green bubbles and blue bubbles, and I think I wrote this in a comment on a piece Taylor wrote this week. But I think people are getting really frustrated, our readers are getting really frustrated with the focus on the green bubble and blue bubble divide. That is just like a shorthand way to be like the difference between enriched messaging and SMS. Like that's really what we're talking about. Like it doesn't have anything to do with the color of the bubble for the most part. I'm not saying there aren't people who actually that's all they care about, but it is shorthand to be like people want typing indicators and read receipts and high-res images especially, and I think any way to bring that to more people who are using different devices is a win.
Look, I'm not going to make a bigger deal about this than it is, because really, like, this is a moat within a moat, right? Like, this is a small group of people that it affects, but and like, yes, people get upset when we bring this up, but even more than just like the difference between plain SMS and how everybody's like, I use WhatsApp, I use Trello, I use Telegram, I use Signal, like, who cares? Or other people are like, what's wrong with SMS? It's fine. Or I have some people in RCS, some people on WhatsApp. Like, it may be fragmented, but like, I make it work. Good for you. Honestly, I'm happy for you. But what's really important here is not that iMessage is only popular in the US, so therefore this is a non-argument. There is a cultural importance that Apple's name attaches to the things that it makes. And it's not, we don't bring up Apple products on this podcast because we're diehard Apple users. It is because over the last few years, as your brilliant essay pointed out a few weeks ago, Apple has become the company for young people. And as an Android website, it would be insane and stupid and bad business if we did not acknowledge this. The fact that the Android market share in the biggest, most lucrative market in the world is getting smaller and smaller every year is bad for our business. It is bad for Google's business. It's bad for Samsung's business. And understanding why that's happening and what these companies can do to improve the situation, that is our job. That is why we do this thing.
NVIDIA and AMD's GPUs are both in short supply. The first Battlemage benchmark is finally here, and Intel finally talks about why their chips are having the oopsie. Let's get in the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Monday, April 29, 2024. I'm going to start off today talking about shortages that are being seen on Team Green's side. Reports are coming in that add-in board partner cards are not getting their shipments of the RTX 4060 Ti's the way that they would like. This affects between the 8 gigabytes and the 16 gigabytes, and that most brand partners are getting their shipments decreased by quite a significant amount. It's not clear why this is happening. There have been reports of just dwindling stock in order to potentially keep the prices high so that NVIDIA can continue to have as much revenue as they possibly want so that they don't have to decrease prices due to low demand. Instead, you just don't produce as much of the GPUs in order to keep that price where they need it to be. It doesn't appear like this is affecting the rest of the lineup, 4070 Super or anything like that, just the 4060 Ti at the current moment. But there was also discussion that happened over the weekend with regards to what the heck's going on with MSI's supply of AMD GPUs, because Hardware Unboxed came out with a tweet talking about, hey, there's no real RX 7000 series GPUs to be found. They didn't actually release any 7700 XT or 7800 XT. Did they miss the memo on what's going on? It turns out that there's also appears to be some stock shortages here in the US as well, and AMD actually gave a response as to why this is happening. And it boils down to that their focus is on Team Green. They don't want to actually release for the losing company, so they're just going to focus on the RTX cards. And you see that when you look at how many cards each of the three major GPU companies have released. Asus has released 100 NVIDIA cards, Gigabyte's released 86, and MSI has released 147. If you look at AMD, it is significantly lower. Asus has 19, Gigabyte has 12, but MSI has a paltry 4. They didn't even announce a 7900 XTX until significantly into the launch date of that graphics card. Unfortunately, this is going to be frustrating for anybody who wants to be buying Team Red, but it also does make sense when you look at sales numbers and the percentages of GPUs that are being sold to NVIDIA and to AMD. It makes a lot more sense financially and probably market share wise to focus on NVIDIA. It sucks for the customer because then we're left with fewer options, and MSI is releasing some beautiful cards. The MSI experts, are you kidding me? I would love to have that on a 7900 XTX, but it appears that they, at least for their business decisions, are no longer doing that. Is MSI taking over the obligations that maybe EVGA had, and that's why they're ramping all of this up, but it came at the cost of them releasing AMD GPUs. It's a possibility. I've heard some rumblings behind the scene to that effect, but I can't actually confirm that that's the truth. But I think it's a bummer nonetheless. Let me know what you think of MSI being on Team Green while I talk more about what's going on with Team Red, and that is we have details of the GPU that could have been the 8900 XTX. There's details that are being drug up with regards to what could have been the flagship next-gen card, and the fact that it would have had twice the amount of cores, over 2 times the amount of cores of the 7900 XTX, which would have meant effectively double performance in a single GPU. But as we've discussed many times, this graphics card has been canceled. They are not going to release it, and we are expecting that the highest end 8000 series GPU will be around a 7900 XT. It's not even meant to beat what's currently on the market. There are no real details on exactly why this super high-end GPU was canceled, what exactly are the challenges that stopped AMD from making it, but we get to wonder what could have been, and I wonder where Reese could be now. Probably in South Africa, if I had to guess.
Yo, welcome back to Yifty Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals out on the internet. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you guys had a good weekend, and hey, deals. Starting off today, we have this Logitech G305 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. Specifically, the blue and lilac variants are going for $29.99, making them $20 off. And then with the Apple iPad event around the corner, we have a discount on the Apple 10.9-inch iPad Air, specifically the M1 64GB Starlight variant, which is going for $399.99, making it $200 off, a further $100 discount compared to the others. And lastly, we have this KTC 27-inch 4K 160Hz mini LED gaming monitor for only $549.99, making it $250 off. And hey, with that, the deals are done. You can buy these and more linked in the video description down below. But until next time, I'm gonna hand you off back to Brett for the rest of your hot news. Cheers.
Well, Reese, I got a deal to add to that, and that's if you go over to eBay, you can potentially find the AMD EPYC chips that can fit on an AM5 socket. These things are popping up over on eBay for the cool, hefty price point of $2,000. In case you want to get any of these EPYC 4000P or X series processors, which can include X3D V-Cache, it's a possibility. These details are popping up over on the Chip Health forum, indicating that AMD made these. They're real. They're CPUs that are out there. I will not be buying one for testing purposes. Make sure to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips or something for that to happen. But you sub to me in order for me to shill Intel graphics, and I'm going to continue to do that because we got our first benchmark of Battle Mage. This is going to be included in the upcoming Lunar Lake launch that's supposed to be happening. That's the mobile follow-up to Meteor Lake. And while Intel is talking all about the NPU side, how it's got good AI, it's fantastic with its tops, the graphics side of it, I'm mostly intrigued in that. So this Lunar Lake laptop, which is apparently the HP X360 Spectre, features the XE2 LPG graphics. So this is the low-power version of whatever we're going to get for a desktop card. But these benchmarks are really exciting because they look really good, especially for something that's not fully ready for launch just yet. So this is a SciSoft Sandra benchmark, and the Lunar Lake graphics beat out the Meteor Lake graphics by a considerable margin, roughly 15 to 20%, but it did it with fewer compute units. The speed was slower, 1.85 gigahertz instead of 2.2, and very importantly, especially in the laptop side of things, 17 watts of power versus the Meteor Lake's 28. So this thing looks to be a market improvement in a lot of different areas. It is beating out the previous generation while being only on 7 cores, not 8, lower clock speed, and lower power draw. That is exciting in all facets, and I can't wait to see more details come out on the benchmarks. Who knows if this is the model that's going to actually make it out to release, and if Lunar Lake is going to have Battle Mage graphics that are this good, but all signs point to this being a pretty credible GPU launch from Intel, especially in the early sides where it's only mobile. But now, let's crap on Intel for a second because we got details coming out about why their 13th and 14th gen chips are having some stability issues, and Intel says, hey, it's not our fault, it's motherboard manufacturers, and that is joining with motherboard companies like Gigabyte and MSI finally releasing BIOS patches to make it so that there's an Intel baseline profile. We talked about this last week that Asus released one so that you can set your chip to stock, because stock was not a setting until last week on ASUS motherboards and now is finally a setting on Gigabyte and MSI. The default is actually overclocked on the vast majority of these boards. So Intel issued a statement talking about this. This is a preliminary statement. They're going to be coming out with a more comprehensive one, they said, in May. But essentially, it boils down to, hey, your motherboards are running these chips out of spec, and so we're encouraging those companies to release a spec version of their BIOS. And that Intel has observed the majority of the reports of this issue are from users with unlocked overclock capable motherboards. No freaking crap, right? Like, I understand they have to talk about that to some extent, but these are K-series chips. That's the whole point of these CPUs existing, is that they are unlocked for overclocking. So they're gonna be on a Z690 or 790 because most people don't buy the K chip and put it on a B660. It's not typically the way that it goes, especially because they're not capable of handling all of the thermal juice that's supposed to go to a 14900KS. They discuss in this that there are multiple things that could be causing the problem: the current excursion protection, ICC max unlimited bits, increasing the PL1 and PL2 beyond Intel's recommended limits, and that, again, they are encouraging that customers can get a BIOS that makes it default, and that they will have a public statement regarding issue status and Intel recommended BIOS setting recommendations targeted for May 2024, which is only Wednesday, so that's not necessarily them kicking the can too far down the road. But I just, again, find this very interesting. Intel is saying it's the motherboard maker's faults, which absolutely is true. It's the same thing we saw with the X3D chips blowing up with Asus's BIOS. It's the motherboard is what is telling the CPU what to do, and what's happening is these motherboard manufacturers are making it so that the chips run too fast at stock. But part of the problem is that this was never a problem before, and people have been calling out companies like Asus, Gigabyte, and MSI for overclocking by default. Jace 2 Cents has been talking about this issue for years. Asus's MCE enhancement making it so that benchmarks are getting really weird. How are you actually supposed to review a CPU when every single motherboard handles that CPU differently? Because here's the thing, stock isn't a real setting anymore, and that what Intel says is suggested isn't being put into the motherboard vendors. And I know for a fact that Intel has a lot of control over what these companies put into their BIOSes, and that they could have at any point requested that there be an actual default spec setup for the CPUs, and they have chosen not to because it made them look good in the eyes of their customers and in their eyes of being compared to AMD. But now that it's a problem, they're now shifting the blame, saying, hey, this is motherboard manufacturers. I would hope that in the full assessment, when it comes out in May, that they take some partial responsibility for allowing this to happen. The reason the chip is dying is, yes, your motherboard's pushing it too far, but hey, we didn't control it enough. We didn't make sure that there was a stock profile that you could use. It's clear why there's going to be a stock profile moving forward, but there should have been one all along. I don't think Intel should get off scot-free just blaming the motherboard manufacturers because they were complicit in this. At least that's my take on it. And let's take your takes on the videos that we released in comment response. On Friday's episode of Hot News, we had my son with me because it was Take Your Kid to Work Day. And the number one comment of that day was, who cloned Brett from Lord of War? And the obvious answer is me and my wife. Literally. That's like, he's our kid. We made him. We did the cloning. It was a thing. Then Bohemaz Design says there is a gaming news missing, which we don't really cover because I say this is the hottest tech news, but discussing the fact that a game called Manor Lords got released on Steam and it broke a whole lot of records and seems to be a fantastic game. I have seen a lot of discussion surrounding Manor Lords and how it's a big deal. We're likely not going to continue to discuss gaming news here, but I want to hear, have you been playing Manor Lords? I'm passing this off to the rest of the audience. Is this a game you're enjoying? Let me know. And then on Saturday, we released a video where we compared the RTX 4060 to the RX 7600, especially in the current state that everything is in with current price setups. And then we got Nemesis Dark saying, pretty mindful of you to include electricity costs. I appreciate that. But not everybody appreciated that because Panda Pip said, you've got to take into account what saving that $30 would get you. Assuming a reasonable APR, 5% for 5 years, you'd end up with $38.29 from your original $30. For the 1 hour a day, 40 cents per kilowatt hour, 5 years case, it would still be just under $7 cheaper to go AMD. Are you really serious right now? You want me to take into account how much further that dollar is going to go that you save now? Because I'm presuming that the savings isn't going to go to something else. It's actually going to be put into a savings account. This is one of the funny things about being a tech content creator is that you can never escape people saying that you should have gone further. You should have done something more because whatever you did was not enough to take into account all possible realities of everything that should be considered in every regard. I guess I'll have to start looking at the average savings rates across the world when I start making my GPU review videos and comparison videos, because that's going to be an important moment moving forward. I think that's my bad because I presumed that the $30 you were saving, you would just buy like a video game with it or something. You would spend it. You have $30 to spend elsewhere, not. Ugh. And then yesterday, we released a video where Kyler went over all of the details on how the Meta Quest 3 got improved ever since the Apple Vision Pro came out, and it seemed to be pretty well received. I do want to highlight Ultra Vegeto's comment right here, which says, Mog Zuckerberg defeated Tim Raw in VR race. I don't know what that means, but I'm happy for you. And we got Oda Sama saying, can I get a link to the desk mat at 30 seconds? And that's actually this desk mat right here, and this is like a...
Trying to get how to install PlayStation on PC. You can. YouTube's already got it, so you can go there and get it. Turn your PC 4 into awesome gaming PC with Linux. You can now play PlayStation 5 on PC. No console required. Huh? Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Who the fuck is this dickhead? Shut up, cunt. Who is this one? Ita Prime. What's he got? He got all this shit, bro. Ita Prime. Ita Prime, bro. Alright, I'm going. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Fucking I'm going, bro. I better go. It's gone too far. You have to rewind, fast forward. How to install PlayStation. No, not PlayStation. Play Store on it. Play Store on PC. Yeah, there's heaps. This guy did it like in. Doesn't he do it in 3 minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes. He does some weird shit, bro. This guy. I haven't done it, but he just says go up the top. Look for PlayStation there. Look, he's showing you. You go to PlayStation there, Play Store, and then go back to the dots again. Then clone it somehow. Press that button. Clone it, and then your computer thinks it's like a thing you can load it, and then you load it, and it goes down to your computer. Then it's inside your computer. He does it so quick, that guy. Oh, wow, this lady, wow, how many, wow, bro, wow. So, PlayStation, how to install Google PlayStation on laptop. Install PlayStation, wow, download Play, wow, Wow. Wow. Ho, 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 ho. They said they couldn't. So if your phone, your TV, or whatever is fucked, remember, use your mind. Don't go like me. Wow, wow. No, 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 no. Don't be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. YouTube and other places have imagination of people interacting to something that you haven't done before, and it's trying to help you to clean your PC or command. A little window comes out under your computer. The guy was showing the other day. Do this command, and you can update your computer. Do this command and type these things. There's 40 commands you got to do, and you can have your computer up to date. And wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, settle down, Hector, settle down. I know, but he's doing that. This is how you're gonna to install how to install PlayStation on PC. It's on YouTube. The other one was let's say something like 22 command clean your PC. I mean, it's not like the normal command. That one. Clean Windows PC using CDM. Hey, that's the one. The guy was doing it the other day, and he said, oh, by the way, do this one. And I went, whoa. And he did that one where he got rid of all the doubles, and the things that he wasn't. Can't remember, but to me it was hard because he was going over here, over there, and I'm going, oh my god, this guy is mad. I can't do this. Oh my god. One guy. I can't remember his name. What's his name, Hector? Yeah, guy with a long beard. He was doing it. Not him. He's not him. Guy with a long beard. What's his name? I betcha I'll soon come up with him in a second. He's got a long beard. He was showing you about Windows and things. He had his kids on it doing naughty things to the computer, and they got a virus or whatever. He just got rid of the virus in seconds. This bloke was like a magic man. He was like, yeah, there he is, there him, bro, him. And there was another guy. I can't remember. Today, this guy is called Cyber PC CPU Tech. Like he's, you know what I mean? Like he does the. Oh, I don't know. There was another one from UK. There was another one guy from UK. This guy. So we go cyber. Okay, Hector, calm down, bro. Calm down. He's good. Some guy from UK. I bet you he'll come up too in a minute. He was good, man. This UK guy gives you tips and how to get your computer, and he was good. He was on UK. I'm supposed to download all this shit to my computer. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna go so you can get the quiet idea what I'm trying to say. Anyway, bro. I thought he was him. From UK, Hector. The guy from UK. Well, anyway, there's a UK guy that is really good, bro. Okay, anyway, this UK guy, he was doing, anyway, you can clean your computer by using those commands, but I do not know the command. Anyway, you can, wait a minute. Oh, pushalawea. Easy fix problem Windows file, and now with system file checker. He's good, that guy. He's good, that guy. He's good, Hector. He's good, bro. He's good, bro. Some of these people are good, bro. I'll give him benefit of a doubt. You know what I mean? I'm not a bad guy or anything, but I'm so stupid. I got my computer look in front of me, and I'm supposed to be watching the football, but I do not know how to do that. Some guy was telling me a little trick that I can't remember the name or whether the trick was, but anyway, I'm gonna not understand. Anyway, betcha. Anyway, bro. Anyway, it's like one of these command person. Let me try something. Let me see. Clean. Your PC. Bet you he'll come up. He was like, this guy was like that, but not him. Oh, there's a few. Look here, it tells you heaps of stuff to clean your computer, Hector. That's what we need. We need some nice person like that, bro. Anyway, to clean our computer, bro. It's getting blocked up with videos and one down, like, and it's got this thing that pops up because they didn't delete the whole program out of it. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. You know, there's this guy from UK. I can't remember his name. I really like him. He was good. You know what I mean? In my opinion, Facebook and others, they do help. YouTube's probably the best too. I think interacting, or maybe they don't know that some guy is just a normal person doing the normal thing. You know what I mean? Not enough credit, but this AI and every other thing, they have to what's the word? You have to combine your ideas. You have to do something. You cannot just sit there and do nothing. How are you going to go out of space? How are you going to see if God really loves you, if God really cares? If you are the bad guy, how do you know you are the bad guy or anything like that? You know what I mean? Like, far out, bro. Far out. You know, it's competitive these days, and it doesn't come easy or whatever. You know, maybe you want retro games, you want this, you want that. Put your mind to it, and something out there will fix it for you, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's incredible, bro. It's incredible. What's this one? It keeps popping up. Like, no, but that's too long. He was in that. Anyway, I'm out of here. There was a UK guy. He was saying amazing things. When I mean amazing thing, he you know what I mean? Like, he will show you if you do this to your computer, you can play retro games. I'm trying to do it as quick as possible. Probably oh man, he was like a beautiful Metro. You can play Street Fighter. You can play. Another guy was saying, "Oh, I found an app or APK or this app can watch 800 TV station." You know, you gotta have a BPM and all this. You know what I mean? The people they do crazy stuff, and you really outfound, man. Okay, I better go. This has gone too far now. If you like this type of content or whatever you call it, if you like this or something, if you do, you understand, give us a whatever, you know, nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. I'm not really up to having 1,000 subscribers or anything. You know, on my computer, what I got it from, what's the name of this guy? Wonder Recovery Data Recovery. It's how to recover deleted partition in Windows 11. Writer process, BIOS, PC stuck on BIOS screen. Yeah, that's what it did. It did that. It got stuck on it, right? Repair, automatic repair, black screen. Yeah, he did that too. He did that. It was just anyway. I'm so out. Okay, I'm out of it. If you like this type of content, you'll have to subscribe to me or whatever. I'm Intimate Sector. Just tell me can you find out about this? Can you find out why my phone does this? What can you do this? Can you do that? Can you blah blah blah? Whatever. I'll send you to some YouTuber or whatever it is, or however I'll look for it. Just give us some pointers, give us some ideas, give us something that is wrong in your phone or your PC, whatever, and I'll have a quick video, try to get it, whatever. I don't know. I'm supposed to have chilly music, chilly TV, or whatever it is, football. I never watch it anyway. I just go to sleep in a minute anyway. It's late. Anyway, I don't know. Intermix Hector going off. Peace out.